Hello, Tubes. What it is, Tubes? What y'all up to, man? I knew I was forgetting something. Damn. All right, so let's see. What's up, guys? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Blasphemous. Oh my goodness. What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. We is up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? What it is, chat? Let's do this thing. I got a whole bunch of stories that we is gonna hear. We gonna tell y'all today. They're all as bad as they sound. What it is, AFV? What it is, Mutant Uploads? You know what I'm saying? What it is, guys? Oh, snap. Hey, welcome in. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Today, we are going to tell you guys a story of when I found out my best friend's wife was a damn guy. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, all the way bad, man. All the way bad, guys. Now, the first Super Chat milestone is 50 in Super Chat. If we reach that mug, I will tell you guys a story 17 times worse than the story I'm telling you right now. Well, we're going to start this mug off with the family tradition of seeing what stories you guys have heard from me yet. Let's see. All right, now we're going to go ahead and bunch of hoes. That's a good one. You know what I'm saying? All right, so say it. Type a yes in the chat. Oh, my bad. Type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear all of everything that's happening. Type a 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear any of this. You know what I mean? We are off up in this mug, man. What it is, TTV Ghost? What it is, Brody? Great to see you up in the chat. What it is, Matty Ice? What's up, Mutant Uploads? Did I tell the KKK story? I believe I did at some point, but if you did not hear it, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably throw it in a little bit later on. You know what I mean? But as per usual, the chat chooses which stories we tell and how crazy the stories are. So, if you guys super chat, ask in the comment of the super chat, let me know what story you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? The crazier the story, the higher the super chat. I got you guys coming up fresh. You know what I'm saying? Now, type a 1 in the chat. Ooh, my bad. Hold on, guys. Glad you guys can hear and or see all of this. What it is, Matty Ice? What's up, Mutant Uploads? What it is, AFRV? What it is, Brody? Okay, so, want you guys to type a yes in the chat if you guys have ever heard the story about me walking in on my homeboy boning a goat. It's way worse than it sounds. I know, right? That's already bad. How can it get worse than that? Type a no in the chat if you guys haven't heard that song, that story. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're thinking. There's no way it can be that bad. It gets way worse. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Yeah, you heard that story. I said type a yes in the chat if you've heard the story of, oh boy. Yeah, the girl that I was, my girlfriend, you know, cheating on me with her husband. You know what I'm saying? Type a yes in the chat if you guys have heard the story of when my girlfriend cheated on me with her husband. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Somehow it didn't break. God dang, that's a good phone case. Type a no in the chat if you guys have not heard that story. Huh? I literally just hit my phone with my own nunchuck. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so, that's a one. Type a yes in the chat if you guys ever heard the story of when this girl I was dating said something so jacked up to me that I broke up with her and, oh my goodness. Yeah, I broke up with her and had her like clean my entire house for 30 days. Yeah. What else am I doing? All right, so we're going to jump into this story time. You know what I'm saying? Got you guys coming up fresh. All right, so today, later on today, I am gaming. I'm jumping on. We're going to play some scary games. You know what I'm saying? And or action games and or any type of games you guys want to play. You know what I'm saying? So we got you guys coming up fresh. Our highest super chatter of the day gets to choose what game we play later. Please don't say Slender Man. All right, just please don't say Slender Man. Please don't say Slender Man. All right, so with that being said, You know what I'm saying? Now, when I first ran, okay, hold on. I'm about to jump into this story real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now, oh my God, this story is all the way bad. So, this is what happened. How I found out my homeboy was, his wife was a woman. I mean, his wife was a man. I really wish I wasn't telling the truth. I really do. So, now, back in the day, I had a bunch of really, really good friends. You know what I'm saying? And one of my best friends back in the day, his name was Cliff. You know what I'm saying? Now, we gonna stick a fork in Cliff right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to fast forward, let's say, matter of fact, we going to rewind back like 5, 6, 7 years before that when I first ran into my homeboy Star Fox, right? That's his name because we used to play Super Smash Brothers together, and that was the character he always used, Star Fox. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, homie, he was super cool. He was a white dude, had long blonde hair, you know what I'm saying? Women really liked him. People really liked him. He had a lot of friends, right? So it wasn't any surprise to me when he became super duper duper popular in Super Smash Bros. Not only did he become super duper popular, but he was so freaking nice that everybody couldn't help but freaking like the guy. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Star Fox is a good game. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yo, what's up, guys? All right, you guys, what time is it where you guys are at? Also, what state are you guys in currently? You know what I'm saying? Where are you guys from? Me, I was born in LA, you know what I'm saying? Compton, LA, raised in Cleveland, Ohio. You would think Cleveland, Ohio would be better than Compton, LA, but it wasn't. The projects of everywhere is usually the projects. Yo, what's up, alligator? What's up, Mac? What's up, Messian? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Frosty? Just joined. Is this true? Absolutely not. This whole story is photoshopped. You know what I'm saying? It's a hologram like at a Chief Keef concert. So, with that being said, Star Fox is a real cool guy. You know what I'm saying? We always go to Super Smash Brothers tournaments. I would even have to say that was like the funnest part of my childhood was going to those Super Smash Brothers tournaments, you know what I'm saying? And then going to Yu-Gi-Oh card tournaments. Like, it was really freaking fun. Now, with that being said, later on, let's fast forward like 8 years into the future, I had just started doing YouTube, and I find out that Star Fox, he is super duper popular. He's so popular that he's got like a bunch of views online. He's got a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really popping off. So, fast forward like another 10 years and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it. I'm chilling at this bar, right? And this bar's name is, oh God, we gonna have to leave out the name. Otherwise, y'all will go there. Yo, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys know the name of the bar I'm talking about. This is a gaming bar out here. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys don't know the name of the bar. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a 2 in super chat, I'll shout you out. For 10 in super chat, I'll tell you guys a secret about the story time. As long as you let me know in the super chat what secret you would like to know about the story time. You know what I'm saying? Just make it the wilder the secret you want to know about the story time, the wilder the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Now, for anything higher than a 20, you know what I'm saying? Oh God. Yeah, we ain't gonna say that. So anyway, like I was saying, I get to this gaming bar, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing freaking what? What was I? I was playing God of War for like 5, right? I'm playing God of War 5 at the bar. Now on this night in particular, it wasn't a Super Smash Brothers tournament. It was Mario Kart tournament, right? So everybody that played Mario Kart was there. I go there, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit of relaxation and video gaming. I get up in there, and it was a star-lit event. It was a gala affair. Everybody was up in that mug, you know what I'm saying? It was completely decked out with people. I'm walking around, about 15 minutes in, I run into my homie Star Fox, who I hadn't seen in like 15 years. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy to see him. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy to see him. I even gave homie a hug. And I don't even do hugs. I was like, oh snap, what you been up to, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute. And he's like, hey man, I've just been chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just been having a good time, man. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my wife. You know what I'm saying? She over there at the bar. You know what I mean? She got some drinks popping and whatnot. But it's real good to see you. I'm like, yo, that's what's up, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, keep doing your thing. I be seeing your clips online. Keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you a little bit later. So then homie turns around and he walks over to his wife. But I didn't see who his wife was because her back was turned. That's very important. So with that being said, you know, I turn around and I start watching the games of Mario Kart, talking to the peoples, just hanging around. And about 10, 15 minutes into me just hanging around, I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and it's Star Fox again. And he's like, yo, man, I got kind of like a strange request of yours, you know, like, can you do me a favor? And I'm like, yeah, bro, you know what I mean? What's going on? You know what I mean? What favor you got? You know what I'm saying? And tell me why. Homie tells me, he's like, yo, my wife is actually like a really, really big fan of your videos. She loves your game and stuff. She wanted to know if she could come over and talk to you for a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Just to, you know, to hear some more about your other videos and stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, sure. You know, that's cool. I don't mind. So, you know, he tells me, he's like, oh, well, you know, just to let you know, she wants to talk to you alone. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to reminisce about some of your other videos she hasn't seen. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So I'm standing there, you know what I'm saying? The homie Star Fox, he turns around and he walks back over to the bar, you know what I mean? And he goes and taps his wife on the shoulder. She turns around and starts walking over to me, right? This was like, she was like a Chinese woman, a Thai looking type of chick. You know what I mean? Her wig was obviously not real, but you know, it's black women, you know what I'm saying? Black women got a bunch of weave. It doesn't bother me. So, you know what I mean? Baby girl walk over, you know what I'm saying? And she stands there and she starts talking to me. She says, yo, hey, can we sit down right there while we talk about your YouTube videos? I'm like, yeah, sure. That sounds good. Sounds reasonable. So we sit down at the table and the chick asked me, yo, what got me into YouTube? Like, you know, what got me started? All of this other awesome stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm talking with the chick. And she's like, yo, you know, like 10, 15 minutes into the conversation, she's like, yo, you don't even remember me, do you? And I'm like, remember you how? Wait, we've met before? And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, I know you from college. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, now my brain is starting to, you know, think of how do I know this chick? And in my brain, I'm like, shit, you know, what happened? Like, did I do something with this chick and just not remember her? Or, you know, is this chick one of the chicks that it got close to something happening, but nothing ever did? You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of those. And I'm just like, nigga, like, yo, chat. So, oh my God. So with that being said, it gets way worse. You know what I'm saying? Super chat, if you guys got any questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gets way worse. This ain't even the cliffhanger, nigga. This ain't even the cliffhanger. So, with that being said, she tells me we all hung out in the same friend group. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What's your name? And she's like, my name is Claire. But back then, you knew me as Cliff. Right? And I'm like, what? Cliff? Now, with that being said, let's rewind back to when I told you guys that about Cliff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I knew Cliff and at UNLV. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a 10 in super chat, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you guys the craziest freaking secret that I would have never freaking divulged about this freaking story. For a 30 in super chat, I'll tell you guys how I really, really actually know Cliff. And it's not good. It's really, really not good. No. I'm gonna pick up. I dropped it not because I'm scared of the secret. Now, with that being said, Cliff, he was a gamer or whatever back when I knew him back in the day and whatnot. You know what? Oh, yeah, that we gonna leave that to y'all. If y'all want to hear that, you know what I'm saying? If somebody sends for his 30th super chat, we'll unlock Cliff's backstory and the it's not. Let's just say I was way closer to Cliff than I wanted to be, you know. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward back into the player one bar. You know what I mean? Also, for every 5 in super chat, I'm doing a pull-up. You know what I'm saying? I hate pull-ups, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? So get your boy back in shape painfully. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm staring directly into Cliff and or Claire's eyes. And Claire tells me, Claire's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember, I knew you back in college. And, you know, we were really cool friends. And I'm like, oh, because some stuff happened back then that was questionable. And I could never figure out why it looked so questionable when he did that stuff. And, you know, but yo, once we reach 30 in super chat, I'll tell you guys exactly what happened, all the juicy details, the terrifying juicy details. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It's now registering that Cliff is Claire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, but I didn't want to be impolite, right? My brain was wrestling in between not being weird to her / him / her again, you know, in person. Because number one, I clearly knew him from back in the day, and I didn't want to be weird to him nowadays, you know, acting like, you know, I just, you know, like, because it was weird. With that being said, also at the same time, I'm trying to figure out a way that, like, you know, I can get my way out of this, get the hell out of here, right? Because this has become awkward now. Terrifyingly awkward. Chat, what would you do in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you would say, you know what, that's real cool, and continue to conversate with the dude. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys would throw down a smoke bomb, and then the smoke will clear, you gone, and nothing but a log with a picture of you with shuriken to the top of it, like in Naruto. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wish I knew how to do. I'd have got the hell out of that one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, appreciate you, Brody. All right, so with that being said, if you guys want to hear the extremely embarrassing and or disturbing backstory of Cliff, when I knew him in college, because I was far closer to him than I wanted to be, oh boy, you know what I'm saying? 30 super chat, we'll unlock that mug. Now, it's at this point that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna play it cool, right? I'm gonna not, you know, act weird or weirded out by the fact that this girl is a dude because it's a subscriber. And that doesn't matter, right? So, at that point, I just keep conversating with her, right? 3-4 minutes go by, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just get this weird feeling, you know what I'm saying? I turn around and I look to my side. I look to Star Fox, you know, to see what he's up to. I look over at Star Fox, and Star Fox is staring daggers at me. Like, he's looking at me like this. He's looking at me like this. But I swear to God, the look in his eyes, like, translated in my brain to him looking at me like this. You know what I'm saying? He looked really, really mad. And I'm sitting there like, and I didn't even get it. I didn't even know. I didn't even understand why he was so mad at me. Like, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Hey, appreciate you, Atkins. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. I think the chat might have froze up on us. Yeah. Let me get those on them. Yeah. All right, you guys. We're gonna continue the story time once I fix the chat. But yeah, so like, what would you guys do in that situation? Type of one in the chat if you guys like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I was able to run. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately for me, you know, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, yo? Peep game, right? You know what I'm saying? So, peep game. Bruh. So it's at this point that I'm just like, yo, you know, I should probably get the hell out of here, right? But I didn't really see a out. You know what I mean? But I didn't really see that much of it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, man, and I'm just like, bro, you know, like, what the hell do I do? Like, how the hell do I get out of this? You know what I'm saying? All right, so hold up, y'all. All right, so we got to check it. All right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys can see and hear everything that's going down. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys can't see and hear everything that's going down. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Yo. W's in the chat to the mod squad. For real, for real. That's what's up. Oh, that's what's up. Yo, what's up, someone? Yo, what's up, LOIS? What's up, Just Boog? What's up, Vegito? What's up, Tyler? What's up, Soul Punch? What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, Tony Stewart? What's up, Vegito? What's up, Optimized? What's up, Mutant? What's up, Merc Kane? Mr. Kane. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys want any of the crazy unlockables for any stories you guys have heard. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, oh my God. Ooh. Okay, so with that being said, now that we know a little bit more about Cliff, for 30 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys Cliff's college backstory. For 50 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys the time I went to Cliff's first wedding to a woman when he was still a guy. I was at the parties for that. I was at the freaking bridal shower. They had a baby. He has a baby, man. I went on to all of that stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, King Teddy the Angry? All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I get to, you know, I'm looking at the husband and the husband looking at me, staring at me daggers like he wants to shoot me or something. And I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like what did I even do? You know what I mean? For real, for real. So then, you know what I'm saying? As I keep talking to Cliff, right? And it's at this point that I'm really figuring out how the hell I'm going to get out of here, right? I'm really contemplating my retreat, as it were. Now, with that being said, I look over at Star Fox again, and Star Fox, he's looking even madder now. He's looking at me like, man, like he's visually huffing and puffing and looking, and that's when all of my dating past and all my dating knowledge from all my former dates and everything that I've seen in my life, all my life experiences, it all comes to me at once. And I realize that Cliff/Claire is using me to make his and or hers husband jealous, right? This chick/dude is doing to him what, like, pretty much damn near most women do to their dudes. Oh, I'm gonna come and get in front of another dude and talk to him and flirt with him in front of you to make you jealous, to see how much you really like me. It's called gaslighting, but I'm gonna say it's something else. So I'm just like, yo, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. So I look back at Claire, and I'm like, you know what? I think and right as I say that, because I'm about to get up and go, this motherfucker reaches out and tries to grab my hand like we Twitter pated or something. Like, we talking like that. I'm like, yo. So then I just make him an excuse. You know what? I've got to go to the bathroom, and my toilet is the only one I'll poop at. I got to go. I got to get out of here. And I turn around and look at Chris to, see if I can go go tell him goodbye. This nigga looking at me like, ooh, like he's getting madder now. I'm like, yo. So yeah, I got on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I ran from that one. You know what I'm saying? Now for a 30th super chat, I'll tell you guys about what horrifying interactions I had with Cliff in college. It was bad. He was a dude, but he tried. Yeah, we'll unlock that at 30th super chat. You know what I'm saying? For 15th super chat, I'll tell you his entire backstory about his wedding. You know what I'm saying? When I went to his wedding, when he got with a woman. And, you know what I mean? Oh my God, bro. But there was a lot of signs and stuff that pointed to that's what he was into, but he always said that he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever had that happen out of, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, B Jeezy? Yo, what's up, B Jezzy? What's up? Hey, what's up, Ronaldo? Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, man? Ooh. Good. Hey, all right, so guys, type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear my voice and see the chat. Type of 2 in the chat if you can't hear my voice and see the chat. You know what I'm saying? For real. All right, yo. So, you know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to the Mod Squad. You know what I'm saying? Super chatters choose what secrets we tell about the stories I'm telling y'all that are already secrets. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. So, with that being said, all right, so let me see a little bit more. I'm trying to, okay, so, back in the day when he was a dude, the first time we was in college, he was friends with this girl I was dating. Her name was Farron, you know what I'm saying? He was best friends with this girl I was dating named Farron. And the thing that used to always trip me out about this dude would be he would consistently say to my girlfriend, "You don't think Maurice likes me, do you? Do you think he has a crush on me?" And to which case my girlfriend would of course tell him, my girlfriend at that time would tell him, "I don't think he does." You know what I'm saying? Because me and him, we, you know what I mean? Like me and her, we was dating so heavy that she clearly understood where I stood, where I stand at. So I'm just like, and she came and told me this stuff, and she'd be like, "Maurice, he asked me this," and I'm just like, because that was like her guy best friend. That was her dude best friend. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that was just, it was all the way bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Type yes in the chat if you guys ever heard the story about when I found out that my editor's girlfriend was a dude, and he showed me pictures, and I had to lie. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear that story. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of, oh, I don't know about that one. I don't think I could tell that one. Oh boy. Oh boy, that one's wild too. Type of yes in the chat if you guys have ever heard the story about when I found out my editor's girlfriend was actually a dude. He showed me pictures and I had to lie. You know what I mean? Type of 1 in the chat if you guys have heard that story. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys haven't heard that story. You know what I'm saying? Gia. Understandable. All right, cool. Maddie's heard that one. Lewis hasn't. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. What's up, Lewis? What's up, Maddie? What's up, Vegito? Yo, what's up, Shlomi? Hey, what's up, Fearless Riot? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. What's up, DJ Walker? All right, Joe. Yeah, that's not that bad until you hear his backstory. If you guys heard the backstory of when Cliff was a dude, it would be terrifying. Yo, King Teddy the Angry! W's in the chat to King Teddy the Angry. Thank you for the 10 in super chat, Brody. All right, so as you guys know, for every 10 in super chat, I tell you guys a secret about the story. For 30 in super chat, I specifically tell you some crazy stuff about the story. You know what I'm saying? For 50 in super chat, I'll tell you his entire backstory. You know what I'm saying? When he was okay, so for 10 in super chat, you guys get a secret. This is a secret. When he was a dude, he used to, oh my God, this is wild. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all guys, I got y'all. W's in the chat to King Teddy the Angry. It's a wild one. And that's 2 pull-ups. I got y'all. Dang it, that hurt. Okay, so when he was still a dude, he used to like steal my stuff and run from me so that I would chase him, and then he wouldn't give me my stuff back. So I would have to like wrestle him down and take my stuff, take it from him and whatnot. Y'all see now why this was an unlockable. You know what I'm saying? To which case, he would then act like he would tell my girlfriend at the time, Farron, that I reminded him of a really strong prisoner that was chasing him down. I only realized in the future that's more than likely just his fetish. Homie had a prison inmate fetish where he would be the smaller dude and someone else would be the bigger dude, and that they would chase him and stuff, and he used to steal my stuff and then run with it. I didn't know, man. He kept telling everybody he was... Look, I told y'all, okay? You super chatted through, so you did that damage, all right? W's in the chat to King Teddy the Angry. Yo! Thank you for the 13 in super chat, King Teddy the Angry. Once we reach, you know what I'm saying, 37 more in super chat, I will be telling you guys the story of, if you say, tell me the backstory of Cliff, I'll tell you the whole backstory when I went to his wedding, you know what I'm saying, when I went to his bridal shower, when I met his child. He still has a wife. Like, it's a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If we reach 50 in super chat, you know what I'm saying? I will tell you guys the whole backstory. We're 13 of the way there. W's in the chat to King Teddy the Angry. You know what I'm saying? I call up the homie King Teddy the Angry after I found this out. Because everybody that super chats through is getting added into this one. You know what I'm saying? You're all in it, just not the sickening parts. So I called the homie King Teddy the Angry, and I asked him, like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, help, you know? And he gave me advice. He said, yo, just run for your life and just don't go back. And that's what I've been doing. I saw him one other time at the club. So I saw him at a club, and it's way worse than you think. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to a different story. You know what I'm saying? If we reach 100 in super chat, I'll tell you that story because that shit was traumatic as shit. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That's one of the few things in life that happened at that club that gave me PTSD. All right? Fucking ruined me. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when my girlfriend at the time cheated on me while we was at our prom. She tricked me. She had me spend all my money on us going to the prom, including her stuff, only for when we get there, her to start immediately cheating on me right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat, Teresa, because that is that filthy female's name. Yo, W's in the chat. Yo, King Tater the Angry just super chatted. 25 directly through the super chat. Yo, my bad, you guys. I forgot to put up the links. W's in the chat, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Yo, look, you know what I'm saying? King Tater the Angry, let me know in the comments section if that is what the story you want. If we get there, you know what I'm saying? If you want the backstory on Cliff, all of the nasty stuff, all of the filthy stuff, and all of the janky stuff. Well, with that being said, W's in the chat. W's in the chat, that is 8 pull-ups. It don't sound like much, but that shit is just gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys for keeping your boy in shape. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat, man. All right, you guys, so I just put the direct donation link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to super chat to your boy directly, send it directly through the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you want me to read out loud on that mug. But also, just do your boy a favor. If you guys do send something through the super chat, let me know by typing in the chat, BHD, check your tip jar. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. W's in the chat to the Masked King Shaggy Rogers, part of the mod squad. You know what I'm saying? Yo. All right, so also with that being said, our highest super chatter of the day gets to choose which games we play once we jump on the games, right after we jump off the story. You know what I'm saying? Because I will be playing scary games later on tonight against my will. You know what I'm saying? I say that because I do it for both y'all and me, because scary video games, watching myself play scary games entertains the shit out of me. So I know I can't stop, won't stop. All right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story about when I went to my prom and the girl I was dating cheated on me while we was at that prom. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story about the very, 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 very famous celebrity female that I can't freaking believe I have not slept with. And and I say that because she's come over to my house multiple times and basically threw it at me. But the plot twist is she would bring her husband with her. I don't, you know, that's a plot twist, right? That he was cool with it. He would even implore it. He would be like, yo, you have to smash my wife, bro. I need you to do that for me. And I'm like, I don't know if that's friendship. I don't know if I could, you know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you would have did it. Type of yes in the chat if you would have did it. Type of no in the chat if you would have not did it. Because she was so famous and she hella attractive and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I hope she's not watching this because I really don't want her to know that she's conventionally attractive. Yeah, I'm saying like she's 2/3 of the way there. I'm not real super attracted to her. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, not enough to not wear protection. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if she came over alone, bro, it would be 100% different. You know what I'm saying? So, type of 1 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want me to tell you guys the story of when I paid $1,000 to take my girlfriend to the prom, only for her to cheat on me there. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, it's funny. I got my get back. You know what I'm saying? to two in the chat if you guys want me to tell you guys the story of this girl that I guess you could say I have like a kindergarten crush on, but I can't crush her because she keep bringing her husband with her. And technically that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that being said, we gonna go over some of the other stories to see which one you guys want to hear today. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. None? So type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear about the time a midget tried to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat if you guys want me to tell a different story time. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just type a yes in the chat if you guys have heard this story before about when a midget tried to fight me at the bar, surrounded with his 20 Russian friends. You know what I'm saying? Type a no in the chat if you guys haven't heard that story. Oh, so you guys like that one. You guys like the little people. You know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat if you guys want to hear the story about when I accidentally joined a goat sex cult. You know what I'm saying? It was not on purpose. Type of two in the chat if you guys would like for me to tell a different story. Just know that it was not my fault. Anyone who's listening, anyone who just heard me say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be, oh my God, like I just, you know what I'm saying? Look, if you just ran over to your television screen because you heard me say this, it's way worse than you think. It's so much worse than you think. It's not, it's actually, it's really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, we got 4 1s and 1 2. You know what I'm saying? What has life came to? Look, you're the one watching this, so technically you did the damage, not me. You know what I'm saying? You're the one who saw the title and was like, ooh, that's a great way to spend an afternoon. And you're sitting here listening to me tell this actively. So in all actuality, you're the nasty one. You know what I'm saying? I just provided the nasty. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We about to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? All right, so when I accidentally joined a goat snoo cult. You know what I'm saying? The whole cult was about goats. Heavy petting zoos, men. You know, never have sex with one. It was a heavy petting zoo, is what it was. So this is what happened, right? So I was fresh out the projects, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I was seeking camaraderie, community, friendship, nigga. So technically, this ain't my fault when you hear about how this happened, okay? Now, for 20 in Super Chat, I will start at the sickest part of this story. You know what I'm saying? The most shocking part. The goat discovery. Oh, at least tell your boy. Guys, I get it. We all get our jollies in like different ways. But like, come on, but like goats? You can't just surprise me with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming over thinking we about to share like a non-alcoholic beverage, maybe like some pineapple drink or something. This nigga pull out a goat. So, from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? All right, guys. I do plan on doing a ton more spooky, scary Sundays. We ain't stopping scary gaming. I plan on doing some scary gaming stuff tonight. Our #1 super chatter of the night, which so far is King Teddy the Angry, gets to choose what game we play tonight once we jump into scary gaming. Because once we jump off the story timing, we jumping into the scary gaming. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all prefer Five Nights at Freddy's in real time? Or would you like to see me run and scream femininely while playing Slender Man? Because I can guarantee you that's the game that pulls it out of me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the sound effects, crickets, trumpets and shit, leaves and wrestling shit. I don't trust. No black people trust leaves and wrestling. Now with that being said, you know, I was seeking camaraderie straight out the projects. I was living in Joshua Villas projects. You know what I'm saying? Joshua Villas, what? You know what I'm saying? My homeboy got shot 3 times for telling a nigga to turn the music down. Literally, the projects was that bad, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was a fight. You know what I mean? All my niggas was into drugs and sherm and fucking heroin and all this and shooting people for no reason and risking lives for vagina. A bunch of goofy shit that the books that I read when I was younger told me not to get into. So I seeked camaraderieism elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? The gaming community is a pretty safe place as long as you're okay with most of your friends wearing foxtails. Or, well, that being said, you know what I'm saying? Gaming community is a pretty safe place. No one's violent. No one shoots people. No one's doing sherm usually. You know what I'm saying? So I figure that's a great place to nest at, to roost at. You know what I'm saying? To go make a friend group at. You feel me? So I look up wherever I looked it up at. Don't remember where I saw it. I looked it up wherever I looked it up at. You know what I'm saying? And I found out that there was a land center that was being built very close by. Now, by close by, I mean only one bus and like a 30-minute walk, which was a small price to pay to get away from my homeboys who kept getting high off of Sherman Hemsley and black tar heroin and then having gunfights in the middle of the goddamn night by the laundromat and shit. Nigga, I almost got shot once. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, nigga, I don't even do Sherman Hemsley. And I'm about to get shot for this? You know what I'm saying? Ran in one of my homeboys, real quick story time. You know, ran in one of my homeboys, you know, we was all on a stoop, you know what I'm saying? And which is basically the stairs if you think about it. So we're all on the stoop, you know what I'm saying? There's about 6 or 7 of us. We sitting there, we chilling, we bullshitting. I'm cracking jokes. Everybody else is just sitting there chilling. And one of the other older dudes dares my homie, who was my homie until he started doing that goofy shit, to do Sherman Hemsley, which is Sherm. Embalming fluid laced with, it was weed and it was weed laced with embalming fluid. But in order to make it less cringy sounding, we just gonna call it smoky. You know what I'm saying? That nigga decided to angel dust. There it is. It's angel dust, Holmes. So, you know what I'm saying? These niggas sitting there doing angel dust and shit, and they dare my homie to do angel dust. Because one thing that sucks about kicking it with motherfuckers that do a bunch of freaking, you know, bullcrap. Hold on, we're gonna read some of you guys' comments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Brody? Yo, thanks for the compliment, man. That dude is super popular. What it is, Dustin? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yo, that's what's up. What's up, Metaphor? Yeah. That's what's up. Yo, what's up, William? All right, you guys, what time is it where you guys are at currently? You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Somebody just said that they want me to hurry up and tell the goat story. Okay, so for 20 in Super Chat, I'll come back to the story and tell you guys the rest of the story. We'll unlock the rest of the story about my first time seeing somebody do that goofy shit and what happened after he did it and the gunfight that ensued and how I almost got shot because I caught that dude high out of his mind on Sherm trying to get inside of one of my sisters, you know what I mean, in the projects at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So, if we, you know what I'm saying, for 20 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys that whole I'll tell you guys that backstory. You know what I'm saying? That way, you know, it doesn't make the one guy in here that didn't want to hear the story mad. So, with that being said, I get to the land center, you know what I'm saying? And while I'm at the land center, I run into this big group of dudes, and the leader of the group of dudes, his name is Henry. You know what I'm saying? So, Henry, he tells me, he's like, yo, you know, what's up, man? You know, where you from, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, you know, my name is Maurice, blah, blah, blah. So I start cracking jokes. And because I'm cracking jokes, like, you know, I'm the life of the party. Always somehow, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, it's obviously normal. So I start cracking jokes. Next thing you know, out of nowhere, Henry decides to start cracking jokes on me, right? Disrespectful jokes. So I'm like, oh, word? So I start cracking disrespectful jokes on him. Where I'm from, they call it roasting. So me and Henry, we start roast jousting each other. We start roasting each other and shit. And as I'm roasting him, Henry starts to cry because my jokes are better than his. But he started it. So since he started it, I went on and kept going. I didn't stop. I just kept roasting him over and over until one of his homeboy slides up to me with his eyes as wide as if when I see an actual ghost on a Nukes Top video, which we're gonna watch later on because Nukes dropped a new one. He slides up to me, he's like, yo, if you say one more word about my friend Henry, I'm going to kill you. And then he shows me the knife when he does it. I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna stab you right now in front of everyone. So either change the subject or you'll be stabbed right now. And I was like, you're right. You're right. You know what? This is you guys' hangout. You know, I was cracking a bunch of jokes. I should have been stopped 4 jokes ago, but I won. I was doing the victory lap. You got it. So I changed the subject, started cracking other jokes, and started telling jokes that had nothing to do with his friend Henry. Because of that, we all became really, really fast friends, right? Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward a little bit. Yo, that's what's up. Hey, appreciate the compliment, bro. Hey, thank you, Puckster. Appreciate you for the well wishes. Hey, what's up, Vegito? What's up, Lo? Yo, what's up, King? Yo, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. Understandable, King Teddy the Angry. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, all right, you guys. So, once we reach 9 more in Super Chat, you know what I'm saying? We will be unlocking a crazy story that the person that Super Chatted the most to us towards the Super Chat milestone gets to choose. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Alan? What's up, Matty Ice? Yo, what's up, Deuce? What's up, Ron Kia? What's up, Alan? What's up? Hey, what's up, Chris? You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, so we don't talk about religion here. You know what I'm saying? We don't do religion, we don't do politics. No religion, no politics. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, we all become really good friends because Henry, you know, after I stopped roasting him, he was like, oh, you're a real cool dude, like your vibe. So I started going there regularly for 3 years straight. Now, over the course of this 3 years, there was a lot of really racist stuff happening that I didn't really think was racist until I found out that they were Clansmen, right? Now, with that being said, I'm talking about we played taser tag where I was always the one who was it, and they would get in the car and chase me. They had this Scooby-Doo van that they parked out front in the parking lot. They would get in that and chase me down. Real talk, with the taser. Want the motherfucker with the mullet, his name was Jerry? It was Jimmy. His name was Jimmy. Even sounded racist. This motherfucker would pull open the latch back door, lean out this motherfucker, and be, you know what I mean, leaning towards me, trying to tase me and shit, but they could never catch me because I'm black. I get the hell out of there, you know what I'm saying? I remember one time they almost caught me. I had to hide on top of a Macy's roof. You know what I'm saying? An apartment store's roof. So, with that being said, I freaking another one of the racist games they played, you know what I'm saying, was, let me see, what was the, yeah, we'll come back to that, you know what I'm saying? 20 in Super Chat, we'll unlock all the extracurriculars on this story, you know what I'm saying? 30 in Super Chat, I'll act these mugs out, even though they wildin'. So, with that being said, once we got back to, fast forward 3 years, right? 3 years, I know these dudes, we're cool, you know what I'm saying? I've been going to the Land Center so much, I figured that, you know, I could trust them enough for them not to be crazy people, right? Now, with that being said, there was no signs that they were racist. Not one. You know what I'm saying? They never told me they were racist. They never did racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? They never acted racist towards me. And because of that, I began to think that maybe they weren't, they never were, right? Until 3 years in the future, these motherfuckers they call me and invite me to a kickback at their crib. I get to their crib, I walk through the front door, you know what I'm saying? I sit down at the kitchen table. Now, all of them are in the kitchen, sitting on the U-shaped couch. You know what I'm saying? Watching The Price is Right on the television, right? And it's at this point, now this is my first time at their crib, but it's at this point that I notice all of their decorations, you know what I'm saying? And their decorations were scary. I'm talking about dead goat head, dead leprechaun, leopard head, yeah. Freaking, you know what I mean, Confederate flag, crossbow, you know what I mean, freaking big ass rifle. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff looked flimsy. So I'm sitting at the kitchen table, you know what I'm saying, and I'm noticing all of this stuff. But again, like, even though I saw the Confederate flag, I didn't really recognize it as racist because I'm not really used to running into a bunch of racists. So I didn't think too much of it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, I'm chilling at the kitchen table, and everyone in the living room wasn't talking to me. They wasn't even talking to each other. They were all watching the television. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting at the kitchen table. There's a wood table. I'm sitting on a wood chair, you know what I'm saying, at the wooden kitchen table. And I'm waiting for Henry to come out because he was the person that always let us know the crazy shit we were going to do. And he always had a really good, fun choice. You know what I'm saying? So about 15 minutes into me being there, Henry's room door opens up, but it doesn't open up all the way. It opens up about this much, right? And out walks a baby goat, a white baby goat, wearing full hot pink two-piece bathing suit lingerie. I wish I was joking. And I knew it was a baby goat because it made baby goat sound effects like bah, you know, shit like that. And I heard its hoofs made sounds on the freaking wood, the wood floor. And I see it. I look at it, I'm like, oh shit. And I look back and I just look at it, I stare at it but with my peripheral vision. See, peripheral vision is something that every man has to develop if you want to stare at stuff without that stuff calling the police on you and then telling people that you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they call it stalking. But, you know, I'm using my peripheral vision to stare at the baby goat while I'm looking ahead at the area where the TV and the refrigerator is. So, about 10 minutes into the goat being just standing there, they left the goat there, right? They were trying to show me the goat. So, oh God, no diddy. So, the goat is chilling. 10 minutes into the goat, standing there, Henry walks out of his back room, walks past the baby goat, into the kitchen, to the fridge, opens the fridge, reaches in, grabs a big carton of orange juice, reaches back, swings a huge thing of the orange juice, a bunch of the orange juice, gets done swinging it, puts the carton back into the fridge, and then walks back into his room, scooping the baby goat up in his arms on the way, going into his room and closing the door. When he closes the door, it's only at that part that I realize that they turned the TV down so that we could hear everything that someone's saying. What do you do, chat? What do you do when you see that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Yo, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It gets worse. It gets way worse. For 30th Super Chat, I'll tell you guys the part that I've been leaving out of all of this. The part that don't want to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, oh my God. But again, our number one Super Chatter of the night, they get to choose what game we play when we jump into our scary game portion. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? For a 30th Super Chat, we unlock the secret part of the story that I've not told anyone, that my friends and family is telling me not to tell people. But with that being said, we're going to skirt past that. So, The house is just super duper quiet now, right? You can hear a fly fart. It's so fucking quiet. With that being said, I know why it was quiet. The reason why it was quiet was because they wanted to see what my sound effects were when I saw the baby goat. Like, is my sound effects like, oh shit, what the, or is my sound effects, ooh, yeah, goat things, oh yeah. Like, is my sound effects, what the fuck? Or is my sound effects, yeah, heavy petting zoo, woo, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't really remember what my sound effects was because I was too in shock. I was too in shock, guys. What do you do? What do you do, chat? Type of one in the chat. If at that moment when you see that shit, you grab everything you have on you and you just run for your life out the front door. You know what I'm saying? Super chat your reactions through and I read them so everyone can hear them. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat. If you would have sat there and like started making conversation with them to try to change the subject and hope that they didn't find out that you're not into goat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yo! Hey, what's up, yo? Hey, what's up? Understandable. Yep, understandable, Vegito. Understandable, Matty Ice. You know what I'm saying? It's at that point that you grab your shit, you grab your backpack, you grab your station wagon keys, and you get in your car and you floor it because you've got 7 babies. You know, and that shit is wild. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ellen Berry? Yo, what's up, King Teddy the Angry? I would be frozen in shock. I was frozen for a while. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Hey, appreciate you, Duhan. All right, you guys. So, you know what I'm saying? Once we reach 9 more in Super Chat, we will unlock a secret about this story, a small secret about this story that, you know, I didn't want to tell people. You know what I'm saying? For 30 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys a big secret about this story that I definitely shouldn't tell people. I should not go higher than that. For 50 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys about the time I ran into this dude on Twitch about 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Like, I ran into him on Twitch, and I'll tell you about our conversation, and this actually is a good reason as to why he chose goats. You know what I'm saying? It makes perfect sense once you hear what happened to him in his backstory. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll tell you guys his whole backstory, what happened to him, between him and the chick he was dating that made him turn to goats. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? When I see this, I don't say anything. I'm just sitting there like a deer in headlights. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, hell no. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I freaking, you know, I just start making conversation. I just start talking about stuff like, oh, yo, like, did you guys see the latest Fantastic Four movie? Yo, did you guys watch the latest Superman movie? Yo, W in the chat to Juno! Thank you for the 5-minute super chat. Yo, once we reach 45 more, I'll tell you guys the craziest secret. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, what's up, man? Yo, once we reach 4 more super chat, I'll tell you guys a quick secret. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, been watching you for over a decade. Glad to see that you're still around. Yo, that's awesome that you remember seeing me, bro. Yo. I remember you back when you still had your original channel. Yo, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, Brody. Yo, W's in the chat. To Juno, you just become our number 2 top donator, Brody. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like, bruh. So, I crack like 20 different jokes. I crack a bunch of different jokes. And then after I get done cracking a bunch of jokes, you know what I'm saying? I just got the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you could have salvaged the friendship, if you would have still stayed friends with him. Type of 2 in the chat if you would have never spoke to him again. Type of 3 in the chat if you would have never went to Cyberpunks again after that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you guys which one I chose after I see which one you guys chose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bruh, make that face you used back in the day. Look, for 15 in super chat, I'll make the face I made when I found out that my homeboy was boning goats. It was the most scariest thing I'd ever seen or heard of in my life. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't even know the goat stuff could be possible. I didn't even know why. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So, type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of the first time I got a knife pulled on me. You know what I'm saying? Over at UNLV by a meth head. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when, when I got chased down by 17 gangbangers who all had guns and was trying to shoot you, boy. The face of disgust. Yeah, man. It was the face of disgust, bro. You know what I'm saying? 15 super chat, man. I mean, we'll unlock that mug. 1,000,000%. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Heavy Trade? Yo, what's up, Alan Pixel? Bro, everybody's asking me to do the face of disgust, man. Bruh. All right, we'll unlock that mug at 15 in super chats. Yo, so, so, type of 1 in the chat. Ooh, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally went on a date with a 90-year-old woman. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally went on a date with a dude. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are scary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course you guys want number 2. What's up, Lewis? What's up, Juno? What's up, Pixel? What's up, Vegito? What's up, William? What's up, Lawrence? What's up, Prod? You know what I'm saying? All right, so, you know what I'm saying? Just so you guys know, it helps with the story. I am super straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with the flu-flammatory or any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, there's nothing worse to me than when you get tricked into going on a date with someone you don't really want to go on a date with. Now, type of 1 in chat if you guys have ever been on a date with someone you didn't want to go on a date with because they tricked you into going on a date with them. Type of 2 in the chat if you've never been tricked into going on a date with somebody. Yo, W's in the chat to Dylon, because he spits hot fire. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how's your day going? What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? My favorite Dragon Ball Z character is Broly Dylon. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to Dylon. Appreciate you, Brody. Yo, he just super chatted 10 directly through. You know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, so because you super chatted 10 through, I'm gonna tell you a quick secret about the goat story. Quick secret though. For 20 more, and I'll tell you guys a big secret about the goat story with the dude in it. Now, okay, so quick secret is Henry had horrifyingly, I don't know why he had such bad luck with women. Now, the trick to women is no matter how shitty or awful your dating experience is, always get out there and go get new dates. No matter how crappy of an experience you went through. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. Henry, he told me he had 3 really bad dating experiences. Like the 3 girls he got with all cheated on him. So he immediately turned to goats because goats don't cheat and goats can't talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I never tested out that theory. You know what I'm saying? I don't know personally if that's true. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know if that's true. You know what I'm saying? Would I date a guy? No, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I never would. You know what I'm saying? Just like I would never eat chitlins. You know what I'm saying? I would never eat chitlins. Now, with that being said, some people out there enjoy chitlins. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Different strokes for different folks. I enjoy toaster strudel, strawberry. You know what I'm saying? Some people enjoy chitlins like with hot sauce. Nothing wrong with that. Just different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see. All right, I'm reading you guys' comments. Okay, so what time is it where you guys are at? For real, for real. Also, where are you guys from? Yo, Broly is the GOAT. Yo, Dylon, I hope you're having a productive day, Brody. What you getting into today, Dylon? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Juno, what you getting into today, yo? For real, for real. Hey, all right, so I'm looking at you guys' questions. Okay, so Matty Ice said he wants to hear the 90-year-old story. Juno is number 3. Our super chatters choose what stories we tell. You know what I'm saying? The more you guys super chat, the more power you have in choosing which crazy story I tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. If you super chat a straight 50 through or a 20 on the above straight through, you can literally ask for a story you want, and I'll go into that mug. I'll tell that mug for you. You know what I'm saying? The grandma stories. My day is going good. You want to hear the old lady dating stories? I got you, Dylon. Only because you're Dylon. Dylon, and you spit hot fire. Now, with that being said, I was on the phone with my homeboy Dylon, and I was asking him, you know what I'm saying, yo, like, I mean, you got to put me on to some females. You be having a bunch of ladies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? See, Dylon is one of my homies that, you know what I'm saying, I've kicked it with up at Player One. You know what I'm saying? He's really, really good at pulling gaming females / OnlyFans hoes. Like women that are into video games and OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? This is a real person. We just changed his name to a super chatter. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, our super chatters will be roped into our story no matter the amount to donate. You know what I'm saying? $1, you roped into the story. The more you super chat, the bigger of a part you play. Our highest super chatter is the end level freaking boss of the stream. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I was talking, after I got the phone, my homie Dylon, you know what I'm saying? I jumped on the phone. I got a call from my martial arts instructor. He's like 80 years old, right? Still going strong, 80 years old. He hits me up. He's like, yo, Maurice, you know what I'm saying? You got to meet this chick, man. She really, really likes your stuff, man. She's seen your stuff. She really likes your stuff. She wants to meet you. She wants to hang out with you. All this other good stuff. I'm like, yo, that sounds cool. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm down to kick with her. I asked him to describe her to me. And he's like, yo, she's in perfect shape. She's a fighter. You know what I'm saying? She's hung out with Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? She's hung out with all of these fighters. She's super duper big in the fighting community. She's a star. She's famous. All this other stuff, right? She's really beautiful, really pretty. You know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat if you've ever had one of your homeboys hype you up to freaking talk to a chick, and then you go to talk to the chick, and the chick ain't attractive. Like, it's all the way bad. Type of 1 in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Type of 2 in the chat if that's never happened to you. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to Dylon. All right, see? That's happened to Vegito. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I keep on, oh boy. So with that being said, you know what I mean? I keep on, I keep talking to Seafood. Yo, he gasses me up, tells me that this gonna be the baddest chick I've ever met in my life. She's so attractive. She's super beautiful. She's super athletic and in shape. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. So, you know what I'm saying? Then he puts the girl on the phone. The girl jumps on the phone. She's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I really like your vibe. And you're so cool. Oh my God, yo, I love your stuff. We should hang out. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's kick it. So we set up a date to kick it like a week in the future, right? We say we're going to meet at the IHOP. Day of the date comes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I leave the house, man. I go to the IHOP. You know what I'm saying? I get there, and I'm waiting on this chick, because this chick takes longer than expected, right?
So while I'm waiting on this freaking chick, you know what I mean? The freaking chick, she decides to pull up super duper late. Oh my goodness. And when she pulls up late, she gets in there, you know what I'm saying? And I see the chick's face, and that's when I realized how old this chick was, bro. Baby girl was like 95. Her face had so many wrinkles on it. This bitch looked like a Caucasian lizard. There's so many. Her face looked like a human chessboard. It was so many wrinkles. She looked like Pinhead from Hellraiser. Just all lines and wrinkles and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And me, myself, I'm going to be 99 in October, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I want to date a fellow 99-year-old man. Fuck no. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We done work too hard on ourselves to go out like that, PhD Army. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So, hey, what's up? What's up, Celtic? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Joel? What's up, Matty Ice? Yo, I got you, yo. Yo, all right, so that's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Blue Patch. All right, so peep game. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know what I mean? Like I said, I get there, man. The chick ain't attractive. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And the chick, you know what I'm saying? She's acting like she's bad. You know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat, if you guys ever hung out with a chick who was not attractive, but for some reason kept acting like she was attractive. Type of two in the chat, if you've never run into a chick who was jacked up looking, but swore to God she was pretty. Baby girl looked like human crypt keeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby girl was built like bruh. You know what I'm saying? Who would do baby girl looked like she sweated dust. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. So, you know what I'm saying? I decided to but I didn't want to be mean to her, right? I didn't want to be too mean to her. I didn't want to just be like, ew, bitch, you smell like French fries. I ain't want to do that to her. You know what I'm saying? So instead, you know what I'm saying, I was like, okay, I'll hang out for a little bit and then just leave in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes once she orders her food, because that way she'll stay and not chase me down. Yo, W's in the chat to Dylon Lineix. You know what I'm saying? Yo, W's in the chat to Dylon. Dylon. Yo, dude, all right. That's what's up, bro. Yo, that's smart that if you were here, you would have run away, bros. You know what I'm saying? And say, I got to go home. Yo, because you forgot something. Yo, that's smart that you would never go back. Yeah, man. That's smart. All right, so check. I want you guys to guess how I got away. You know what I'm saying? What did I do? Did I say I got to go to the bathroom, run into the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, and then just never come back? Like, did I dine and ditch on this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Super chatters, you get your reactions read. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have something hilarious that you would have done, super chat it through so I can read it out loud and shout you guys out and put you guys into the PhD story time. Now, with that being said, our waitress comes over, sees the chick I'm on a date with, is like, looks at me and is like, what the, and then looks at my date. My date's literally 5'2". You know what I'm saying? Baby girl is like very, 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 even if she were younger, I don't think she would have been really attractive. Bottom line is she catfished your boy. You know what I'm saying? Baby girl was a completely different person in real life. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. With that being said, every 5 you guys super chat through is a pull-up I've got to do in between the story times. You know what I'm saying? Every time we in the middle of a story time, I got to go do the pull-ups that you guys have sent through. So far, we got 12 pull-ups to do. Damn. I wish oh God. Well, your pull-ups hurt, but they hurt in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Only later. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Me and my date, we continue over to our seat. You know what I'm saying? And we start to talking. Now, some of you guys may ask, what did you guys talk about, BHD? Like, what impossible could you guys conversate about? She type of what in the chat? Oh my God! W's in the chat to Juno! W's in the chat to Juno! Yo, here's 20 to help my brother, help a brother out. Love your stuff, man. Yo, have a great day. Yo, Juno, that's awesome that you sent 20 to help a brother out, bro. Appreciate you, Brody. Yo, W's in the chat. I mean, everything you guys super chat to, it all goes to upgrading our streaming equipment. You know what I'm saying? And hiring editors to do our animated PhD story time. W's in the chat to Juno. Yo, you have great energy, brother. You know what I'm saying? Brody. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. All right, so with that being said, yo, Juno the GOAT. Thank you, Brody. Yo. Hey, man, that's what's up. What's up, McCobb? Yo, what's up? All right, so with that being said, Juno, is there any specific part of the story that you will want clarification about? You know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying? Because technically, you got 2 secrets. You know what I'm saying? You get to ask about 2 secrets for the story time. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I decide to take a real... Okay, so, first off, type of 1 in the chat if I got up and ran. Just got up and bolted out the front door. Type of 2 in the chat if I excused myself politely, went to the bathroom, and then escaped straight down the toilet drainage pipe. Yo, W's in the chat to Diamond! Thank you for the 10 in super chat, Brody. Yo, that's awesome that you would look at him and say, yo, man, I was kind of, it was kind of a dare, you know, and that I only do this for money. But, you know, as I'm telling that to him, I would look at the menu. What's your favorite martial arts? You're cool. Yo, Dylan, you are smart. You are a smart person that you would ask him what's his favorite martial arts and then start telling him he's a good person. I tried that, Dylan. It didn't work. Now, it's at this point, I excused myself, went into the bathroom, and called my day ones. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy Juno and the homie Dylan. Dylan, because he spits hot fire. You know what I'm saying? So I call my homie Juno, and he pick up. He like, yo, what it is, homie? You know what I'm saying? I hear females in the background. You know what I'm saying? Homie playing Fortnite, scary games and whatnot. He chilling. I ask him questions because Juno reminds me low-key of Method Man a little bit. You know what I'm saying? From the movie How High. If you guys watch that movie, Method Man and How High, he had females, all that good stuff. So, with that being said, I ask him what I should do in the situation. He tells me you should legitimately instant transmission to like a stripper club, or at least like a GameStop, like someplace that you could pre-order the new GTA 6. That'd be way better than spending time on a date with a 90-year-old. I'm like, yo, you right. I hang up the phone. You know what I'm saying? Call up the homie Dylan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm on a date with a 90-year-old. What should I do? And he's like, bro, look, I'm gonna need you only to call me when you talking about bad ones. You know what I'm saying? The bad bitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? You right. You right, bro. I got you. Luckily enough for him, I was able to call him later on that day. You know what I'm saying? For 20 in super chat, I will disclose that information because I'm pretty sure. Dang it. No, never mind. She watches this. You know what I'm saying? Next 20 in super chat, I will tell you guys about the other chick that is actually way more attractive than all these other chicks. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Hopefully she doesn't watch this. Yo, W's in the chat to me, Carve. Yo, thank you for the 10 in super chat, bros. Yo, that is awesome that you used to watch me back in the day, Brody. Yo, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're glad that I'm still doing my stuff. Yo, that's awesome that you always love my reaction videos from years back. Those always made my day. That's what's up, bro. Definitely gonna keep it up, broski. All right, you guys, what's the first video that you guys watched of mine that made you guys want to keep coming back and watching more of my videos? You feel me? All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just about to head back to the table to find a way to get the hell away from the Crypt Keeper. You know what I'm saying? But luckily enough, you know what I'm saying, I get a call from my homeboy Macabre. You know what I'm saying? I get on the phone with the homie. You know what I'm saying? And he asked me how I'm doing. He let me know that he loved my videos. You know what I'm saying? How much oh my goodness. But how much he used to, is this Finley? Motherfucker, Finley Chevy. How much he used to watch my videos, all of the fixings. I talked to him for a little bit. I let him know, like, yo, stay up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you back. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go handle this bear mama real quick, this older female. You know what I'm saying? Before I jump off the phone, he wishes me luck and lets me know that if all else fails, I can always go home and watch watch Demon Slayer, Cowboy Bebop, you know what I mean, and or Dragon Ball Z Super, and crack open a fresh bag of hot Cheetos. I thank him vehemently for his advice, considering it is the best advice. And then I set out to tell this jacked up looking chick that we shouldn't be hanging out. So I go back into the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I walked back in there, and I sit down, and at this point, the waiter brings through both of she brings through our menus. You know what I'm saying? And when she brings through the menus, she lets me know, she's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You guys can order now, or you guys can order a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. And the Crypt Keeper that I was on the date with, the female Crypt Keeper, she looks at me and then looks at the lady. She's like, no, we're ordering now. I already know what I want. And it's on him. He's paying for this all. And I'm like, and before I can say anything, she interrupts me. You're rich, aren't you? Huh? You got it. Huh? What's wrong with you? Are you not a man? Are you a little boy? Are you not a man that you can't give me the money? You can't give me that. And then she calms us. She's like, oh, hold on. My bad. So anyway, I would like a fish, grits, and mashed potatoes, and some celery. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I guess she was eating the celery to bring revitalization to her skin. I don't know what she was doing. So then, you know what I'm saying? Also, another secret about this story, she lied in her photos, which is that's not a secret or whatever. A secret for this story is that my martial arts instructor had already been with the chick, right? He told me later on. I didn't know none of this. I didn't know that. Doesn't make it better, you know what I'm saying? Martial arts teacher sends me the sloppy second old lady. So, with that being said, super embarrassing. So with that being said, baby girl, she tells me, she's like, yo, so now that we're on this date, you know what I'm saying? I need you to give me, now, I want you guys to guess how much money she asked me to give her in order for me to date her. This chick tried to sell me butt cheeks. This 90-something-year-old woman tried to sell me butt cheeks. What do you do, Chad? What do you do? I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Guess how much she tried to charge. Guess. You know what I'm saying? Terrifying stuff. Way higher than anyone she should ever try to charge. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, type 1 in the chat if you guys can hear the audio. Type 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear none of the audio. You know what I'm saying? For real. Man, game is game. Can't blame a woman trying to make some money. I definitely cannot blame a woman for trying to make some money. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I had no problem with her making money. I'm just not gonna be the one to run the money. You know what I'm saying? Granted the situation we're in. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Oh boy. So, oh my God. Okay, so look, for a tenant super chat, I'll tell you guys how. You know what? I'm just gonna tell y'all. Okay, so look, so this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Every 5 you guys super chat through is a pull-up. Damn, that means I got 20 pull-ups to do. Oh my God. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. To Juno. W's in the chat to Pixel. Thank you for the $1 in super chat, Brody. W's in the chat to McCobb. W's in the chat to Dylon. W's in the chat. Yo, appreciate you guys. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what? I did say next super chat. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is how much it was. Baby girl asked me for $150,000. $150,000. This reminds me of a date I had been on previously where the woman only asked me for $1,500, right? But $150,000? Type of one in the chat if that's astronomically overpriced. For 90-year-old cheeks? 90? She's 90. What? Ladies, what? Type of one in the chat if $150,000 for a 90-year-old's butt cheeks is diabolical. Type of two in the chat if, hey, game is game. You know, yeah, man, you should totally pay that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For a 20 in super chat, I'll react the same way I reacted in that restaurant when she asked me for the money, because I couldn't hide it. I could not hide my facial expression, people. I couldn't hide it. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you guys the exact facial expression I made when this woman told me she wanted to charge me $150,000 for 90-year-old butt cheeks. I'm just like, is this the Twilight Zone? What are we doing? What are we doing, ladies? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Sultan? What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Jude? No? What's up, Yeet? Yo, what's up, Overthought? Yo, what's up, Pixel? Hey, W's in the chat to Pixel, man. Appreciate you. W's in the chat to McCobb. Hey, McCobb, Dylon, Pixel. You know what I'm saying? Juno, where are you guys from? Juno? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's like top 3, one of my favorite rap ad-libs. Juno? And/or Ice Cube ad-libs. I'm pretty sure that's from Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Love Ice Cube movies. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, with that being said, what time is it where you guys are at? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so, what's up, Joel? What's up, Celtune? What's up, Juno? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Yeet? What's up, Overt? Yo, what's up, Pixel? I was about to say that's diabolical. It was diabolical, Pixel. It was diabolical. What's up, Toxic? What's up, Dan? What's up, What's up, Naeem? Yeah, what's up, Pixel? Yo, what's up, Lane? What's up, Cody? What's up, bros? Ice, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Baby girl says she wants $150,000. Now, she says she needs the money for something, guys. She needed the money, okay? It was a serious thing she needed the money for. You know what I'm saying? For 20 in super chat, we'll unlock her reasoning for trying to charge me $150,000 for cheeks. You know what I'm saying? The thing she wanted to, the thing she said she needed to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Type of, for 30 in super chat, I'll completely reenact my expression when I found out this is what she needed it for. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but I also show you guys the expression that I used when she told me she was charging me $150,000, nigga. Nigga, really, nigga? Really, ladies? Really, women? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? She tells me why she needed the money. And at this point, you know, I'm trying to figure out my exiting strategy. You know what I'm saying? I'm figuring out my freaking exit. I got to get the hell out of here. Got to get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Matty Ice? Yo, it ain't for life insurance. Pixel, you're funny. You got good sense of humor, Pixel. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's awesome that you're out of Virginia, Juno. You know what I'm saying? Juno? Yeah. Yo, what's up, 310 Pirate? What's up, Overt? Yo, Overt, you got the same name as one of my friends, homie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, $150,000 ass payment. Oh my God. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? You know, I tell her, I'm like, you know what? I gotta go. And before I could finish my sentence, she's like, yeah, so I came here for money. Okay, I'm here for $150,000 that you promised me. Where's my $150,000? Where is it? You know, or do you have a mill? Where's the money? Get me the money. Where's my... Now, mind you, this woman has lied countless times before she got here. This woman said she had a driver, a personal driver. She said she had a huge ranch, a huge house. I had the sneaking suspicion once I met this bitch that she was homeless. She was dressed like a full-on homeless person out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I didn't trust it. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? At this point, everything that I've seen, I've ascertained that regardless of anything we do, I need to get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? I need to run. So, I went on and I go in and tell baby girl, I'm like, yo, you know what? I think I should go ahead and go. She's like, no, she stops me. She's like, yo, so don't tell me I came out here for $150,000 for nothing. You know what I mean? I wasted a Uber ride. I wasted this. I wasted that. I wasted resources getting out here. Okay, where's my $150,000? You know what I'm saying? Bro, so I'm just like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I get up, I go to the bathroom again, you know what I'm saying? I call my homie Dylon, you know what I'm saying? I call my homie Juno, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? And they tell me, they're like, yo, you know what? You know, try pocket sand. Dylon, he's funny. He says, yo, try pocket sand. To which case is a tactic where you keep a whole bunch of sand or dirt in your pocket, like rocks, small rocks. And then when the chick, it either leans in for a kiss or asks you for money, you reach in your pocket, grab it, and throw it in her face, and yo, pocket sand, bitch, and then you run. And by the time she like gets all the dust and gravel out of her eyeballs, you're gone. You know, it's like what Naruto does with the log and smoke. Same thing, just different execution. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I got this. I'm gonna go ahead. I got this. You know what I'm saying? So I go ahead. I call up the homie. You know what I'm saying? I call up the homie Juno and Mikov. You know what I'm saying? Even call up the homie Pixel. And I asked them what to do, and they said that I should live stream it. You know what I'm saying? They said show her on camera so that we can all see and laugh at this horribleness in front and like with you. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. But thanks for, you know what I mean? Appreciate you for that's definitely something that people will want to see, because everyone's always been asking me to do dating shows and stuff. So, you know, I go back out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I decide to go ahead and just face the music. You know what I'm saying? Nigga. I get out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear the audio. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear the audio. I get out there and, you know what I'm saying? I go to her and I sit back down. And at this point, she really starts talking shit. She's like, yo, hey, where's the money? Huh? Either you give me $150,000 or you better show me to one of your friends that's gonna bring me $150,000, okay? Either you get me $150,000 or you introduce me to a friend right now that's gonna give me $150,000. Hey, what's up, Dabu? What's up, Alan? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Joel? What's up, Matty Ice? And I'm just like, yo, I cannot believe that there is a female that's like this. So I went on, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I got my stuff. I got the hell out of there, man. I got my stuff. I got the hell out of there. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, I gotta go. I'm getting out of here. She's like, so you gonna leave me? You ain't gonna stay. You gonna leave me? I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. So I get on, I get my stuff, and I roll out. You know what I'm saying? And if you go back and you look in my streams, you can see literally the video that I shoot while I'm walking away from when I was kicking it at the IHOP with this chick. The name of the video is My Worst Catfish or something like that. It looks like I'm walking on the bridge. For real, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bruh. So, yo, what would you guys do in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Super chat you guys' reaction through. I am insanely interested to know. You know what I'm saying? Insanely interested to know. Yo. Alright, so what special story time? What story time do you guys want to hear? You know what I'm saying? Now that we've reached the super chat milestone of 100 in super chat, everything going towards upgrading our live streaming equipment. And somehow, So if you guys want to super chat to me directly, you guys can super chat directly through the link that's pinned in the comment section down and or up in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? When you guys do super chat there, do me the biggest favor and type here in the chat, check your tip jar. You know what I'm saying? I'll check that mug. I got you guys coming up fresh. For real. Bruh. But yeah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got out of there. You know what I'm saying? Made sure to run for my life. You know what I'm saying? All right, so super chatters choose what story we tell. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, so let's see. Hey, Artoon Studio. Hey, yeah, go ahead and go to the bathroom, bro. We'll wait. You know what I'm saying? You good. You don't have to sit there and hold it for us, bro. You got it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story. If you guys want to hear the story of the time that I accidentally, type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally went on a date with a dude. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I accidentally fed my date a used condom. I know it's as bad as it sounds. 1s and 2s, boys and girls. 1s and 2s, men and women. 1s and 2s. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right. Or, yeah, I know. That's wild. I know the story is extremely wild, yo. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, yo. For real. Actually, yeah. That's what's up. All right, so what's up, Joel? What's up, Matty Ice? What's up, Pixel? What's up, Lane? What's up, Sharice? What's up, Nikki? Yo, what's up, Naeem? Yo. What's up, Juwan? Yo, was it a catfish type of situation? Ooh. A catfish type of situation? All right, so guys, what was number 1? You know what I'm saying? Let your boy know in the chat which number 1 was. You know what I'm saying? Ayo, Crew Moser, if you super chat 20 directly through, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a super chat request. If you want me to holler out, you know what I'm saying? It's a 20 in super chat. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sharice Brewster? What's up, Pixel? Date with a dude. Okay, so now one time, oh my God. Okay, so this is what happened. So when I was going to GameStop, and a lot of my friends were in GameStop. You know what I'm saying? I'm at GameStop. I'm with a whole bunch of my friends, and we're all cracking jokes, talking smack. You know what I'm saying? Just having a good time, right? As we're cracking jokes and we're having a good freaking time, one of the homies, he starts telling us that, I'm about to go over next door to Vaughn's real quick to get some groceries. Can you, who can come with me and make sure I'm not bored. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's down to come with me? And I'm like, you know, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And he's like, come on, bro, help me out. Like, please. I ask everybody else if they want to go with us. He's like, nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, please, look, please, just come with me up there so I can get some groceries. I'm really bored. I don't want to be bored. You know what I'm saying? But I need to get groceries for my crib. So me being a good Samaritan, I'm like, yeah, bro, no problem. I got you, Brody. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to go up there and help homie to, you know, get groceries for his crib and whatnot. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, we get up there, he gets a shopping cart. We're walking through, he's pushing the shopping cart around and whatnot. And as he's pushing the shopping cart around, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about, you know, how he says, you know, all the stuff he says he wants to do. He says he wants to build a gym. He says he wants to do all this extracurricular stuff. He wants to teach people like karate, all of this other stuff. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Now, 15 minutes into us walking around the store, I realized this motherfucker's not putting nothing into his cart. You know what I'm saying? Which was a red flag, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? So, also, with that being said, yo, okay, so, what crazy story do you guys want me to tell? You know what I'm saying? Once, now that we've already reached, you know what I mean, our second super chat milestone, let me know in the chat what crazy story you guys want me to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? Bonus story time. Appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Everything you guys super chat goes to upgrading our stream. Not only that, but every 5 you guys super chat through gets me another pull-up on the pull-up bar. You know what I'm saying? So every 5 you guys send through is another pull-up that I unfortunately have to do once we reach ahead in the story time. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let me read some of you guys' comments real fast. Hey, that's cool that you're at work. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, that's what's up, Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever get jump scared or jumped and fallen to the ground? All the time, man. All the time. You know what I mean? For real. All the freaking time. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Hold on. Give me a second, Joe. We're checking some emails, reading you guys' comments. W's in the chat to the mod squad. Appreciate you guys. What's up, Dylon? You do kickboxing, mixed martial arts, and taekwondo. Yo, that's hella freaking awesome. Yo. And you're also a purple belt. Yo, that's really freaking cool, Dylon. Hey, Dylon, what got you into doing martial arts? For real. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hey, appreciate you for the compliment. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so with that being said, Thomas, we don't talk about any religion or politics. So no religion or politics in the chat. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yo. All right, so yo. Hey, appreciate the compliment. Virgie. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, what's up, Sandrock? Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Hey, appreciate you guys. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We were, so what story time was I telling you guys? Yo, that's what's up that you've been watching me for a super duper long amount of time. Peace out. Appreciate you guys. 8 days until your birthday. That's freaking awesome. Hey, what's up, Lewis? Yo, what's up, Lou? For real. All right, so once we reach the next super chat milestone, which is 50 in super chat, I will tell you guys the story of when a girl framed me for getting her pregnant. She told me, and I thought that I was legitimately the baby daddy, bro. She almost had me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, I thought I was the baby daddy. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear that story once we get to number 1, how the girl I was dating for 5 years got pregnant and then tried to convince me that I was the baby daddy, and I believed her for a little bit. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of when I got caught by the police hanging out with the police commissioner's daughter. It was a very, very compromising situation. I'll let you guys know that story is rated X. So y'all don't want to hear that story if you got your kids with you. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Wow, the cop story. Wow. Dang it. That story is nasty. W's in the chat. The Pixel. W's in the chat. All right, you guys. Once we reach 50 in Super Chat, you know what I'm saying? I will be telling you guys the story of me getting caught with the police commissioner's daughter. And it's super duper X-rated, man. So you guys see why we gotta unlock this story. It's bad. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you guys the story of oh my god. Oh yeah, the story of when I accidentally went on a date with a dude. So, W's in the chat, the Pixel. So with that being said, I'm hanging out with we're at the Vons. So this was Vons Walmart. We're at the Vons, right? While we're at the Vons, we're freaking we're talking, and the dude, he keeps on telling me. He starts telling me about, yo, you know, we should go to my house. You know what I'm saying? We should go kick it. You know, we should go chill. We gotta hang out. We should go work. This is what he says to me. Hey man, let's go work out at my house. And I'm like, you know, and I had just gotten into weightlifting and stuff, so I'm thinking maybe this isn't weird. But then the dude is like, yeah, man, I can cook you dinner. I can cook you dinner. I can do all of this. We can do whatever you want, man. I can cook you dinner. We can watch movies. You know what I'm saying? I just want to work out with you, man. And I'm just like, yo, why is this sounding like something I don't want to do? You know what I'm saying? What the hell? So, how do you not know it was a dude? That does not make sense as a question. That does not make sense as a question. Yo, if you super chat that question through, then that is such a ridiculous question that if you guys really don't know the answer to the question, super chat the question through and I'll answer it for you. The only reason why that answering that question requires a super chat is because it's a question that makes no sense at all for anyone that, you know, yeah. But, you know, yeah. So anyway, with that being said, you know, me and the homie are walking through, you know what I mean? He keeps telling me this shit. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we should go back to my house. We should go hang out at my house. Let's go back to my house and have dinner. And I'm just like, yo. And at a certain point, I realized that homie didn't want me to come back to his house just for having dinner, just to work out. He wanted some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's at that case, you know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat, if you in that situation, you would turn around and run for your life. Don't give them no apology. Don't ask, don't be trying to be nice or nothing, just run. You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat, if you stay and try to be polite for a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yeah, Juwan, you know what I'm saying? The dude that I was homies with was on Diddy timing. You are right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you are right, Malcolm. The homie was a flu flimmer. You know what I'm saying? Our next super chat gets to decide what this dude's name was. Cause, you know, I don't remember his name. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, that's what's up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that makes sense, Juwan. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Hey, what's up, Sandrick? Hey, what's up? What's up, Vergep? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Blast, tell us the haunted house you lived in. Yo. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach the next super chat milestone, I will immediately tell you guys the story of when a girl, what was the super chat request story? That's the super chat milestone. What was the super chat milestone story? I believe it was the one where the girl tricked me into believing that I was the father of her kid. And I believed her because me and that girl would hang out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now, other than that, I'm telling you guys the haunted story. Now, I'm about to tell you guys the story of when I grew up in a haunted house. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need you guys as ears for this one because this story always freaking scares the crap out of me. I always feel like I'm in the story when the crap is happening. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a 20 in Super Chat, you guys get to choose what story I play in the background. You know what I'm saying? While I'm doing the BHG story time, one song per 20 on up. You know what I'm saying? 10 in Super Chat, I'll divulge a secret about the story that I'm not supposed to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you for the compliment. For real, for real. Yo, you guys got you guys have good energy today, man. Yeah. That's what's up. Appreciate you for the compliment, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm telling you guys about the haunted horror story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick. Now, before I go, when I moved into the haunted house, you know what I'm saying? The only reason why we moved into the haunted house is because no one knew it was haunted. The landlord told us specifically, and we gonna change the music for this one. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, so a 20 in Super Chat, you guys get to choose the music I tell for this story time, or the music I tell for the song I put on. You know what I'm saying? For 10 in Super Chat, you guys get to hear a secret that I never told anybody about the story that I'm telling. So, peep game. So I'm about to go get some drink real quick, but we about to tell you guys the haunted house story. All right. All right, so peep game, right? So, back when I was living in foster care, right? Like, you know what I mean? Now, when I got moved into foster care was like really, really scary. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is we had to go be around a bunch of people I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, at one point in time in foster care, I started having a really, really good time because at one point they took us from when I was like 8 years old, right? They would take us from the foster home into this one big foster care facility. Now, this foster care facility, it had everything you could dream of that any kid would want, right? We could play video games. We could they had a playground, a big one with a swing set. You know what I'm saying? It was my first time ever being knocked unconscious. You know what I'm saying? 20 in Super Chat. I'll give you guys a really quick rundown of how my first time ever being knocked unconscious in foster care. You know what I'm saying? For 30 in Super Chat, I'll make sure to express it super dramatically and whatnot. Now, with that being said, at one point after we got out of foster care, we got moved back with my family members, right? Now, with that being said, at a certain point, we once they moved us back with our family, we had to the only way they would move us back is if we had a new house, right? Now, unfortunately for us, the only way for us to get a house, you know what I'm saying, was to get a house that nobody really wanted because we didn't have a whole bunch of money. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, like all the other houses were pretty much taken. So we move into this house. You know, the landlord tells us when we first moved into the house, you know what I'm saying, like he tells us 2-3 rules, you know, a couple of things that never to do in this house. You feel me? Now, a 10 in Super Chat, I'll unlock and tell you guys the 3 secrets. 20 in Super Chat, I'll make sure to have hella facial expressions. 30 in Super Chat, you guys get to choose what music I have on for the next forever how long that song is, as long as it's not longer than 5 minutes. Now, with that being said, I forgot to let that song repeat. This song isn't even good. All right, you guys, got the other song back, man. Peep game, right? So, I move in to the house. Now, my first day walking into this house, I knew something was wrong. I could feel it. Type of one in the chat if you guys have ever seen a ghost or been in a haunted situation and you could feel it before you saw it. Type of two in the chat if you've never been in a haunted situation. You feel me? For real, for real. Yo, thank you, P Shroud. I'm glad you enjoyed the music. Yo, I'm doing good, Martin. I hope you're doing good as well. Yeah. You have never been knocked unconscious? That's what's up, P Shroud. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yo, appreciate the compliment, Alex Carter. Yo, that's awesome that I look like a guy that makes people have a good life. For real, for real. Yo, I like to think of myself as that person. Anybody that comes into my life, I like them to be entertained and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense. It just makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, so guys, we don't talk about religion and we don't talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, first name, what would you like me to play again? Hey, what's up, Lewis? What's up, Dylan? Dude, my house used to be haunted and I got rid of spirit. Okay, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We get inside the freaking crib. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? First time walking into this house, I can feel the presence of the ghost. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking my first time walking in here. I feel like I'm being watched through the ceiling, right? From right above. And that was literally my first time feeling that feeling in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So let me see. That was like my first time ever feeling that feeling in my entire life. But yo, first name, yeah, we don't talk about religion and we don't talk about politics. What do you want me to play again? Tell me what you want me to play, first name. So, with that being said, like, I walk in and, I'm told by my peoples that moved me in, they're like, yo, all right, so this is the living room, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where all the video games is and whatnot. And then, my sister, she takes me upstairs and shows me my room because she got in there a couple days before. We go upstairs into my room. My room's already been made up for me. My room is the attic. Of course, my room is the attic. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had like 4 or 5 posters on the wall, bed on the floor, you know what I'm saying? And I had a whole bunch of freaking toys all around. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. For real, for real. Yeah. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I go up in my room and I'm just like, yo, I like it up here, but I don't really like the vibe of my room, even though it's my first time ever having my own room. I didn't like the vibe of it because, like, I felt like I was being watched for every second that I was up in that room. Now, for a 10 in Super Chat, I will tell you guys a secret about this story that I've never divulged anywhere. For 20 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys a secret that I've never divulged. And, you know what I'm saying? I'll act out what it was like when I figured this secret out about the house, right? And it's fucked. I guarantee none of you in the comment section has heard this story, even though at least 1 million of you guys have heard this story. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. For 50 in Super Chat, we'll unlock what I saw and where I saw it at. and when I saw it at. And when the times I would see it, how many times I saw it. I saw it about 3 or 4 times, guys. The worst part about seeing it was feeling it first. The worst part about seeing what I saw was feeling it first, man. The damn feeling. It's the mixture of feeling like you're being watched when you know you're not supposed to be watched, and a heart attack. That's what it felt like. And I don't have heart problems. Never had. The only time I've ever felt heart attack type feelings, 2 times. One, if I'm broken up with the woman I really, really, really like, or I have to break up with the woman I really, really like. You know what I'm saying? That's 1 time. 2 times when I'm in a haunted place and I'm being watched by some shit that I can't see. Those are the only times I feel those two feelings. Don't feel it now. Thank you. Don't feel it now, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I walk back downstairs. I leave out of my room. I go into the living room and start playing some Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you know, after playing Nintendo 64, hang out with my peoples for a little bit, and then I go to sleep. I wake up. Now, when I went to sleep, it was like at 11 o'clock at night, right? And it's at this point that, you know, back then I used to sleep all night, straight through, you know, from 10 to 6 a.m. This is the situation that fucked up my sleeping, or didn't fuck up my sleeping, actually helped me in sleeping. Because now I sleep half as long, but I feel twice as rested somehow. I don't know why. So with that being said, you know, I go to sleep. It's 11 o'clock at night. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. Now at 2 a.m., I wake up and I see, well, that's a super chat. That's unlockable. Once we reach 50 in super chat, I will tell you guys what I saw, when I saw it, what it did when I saw it, where I ran when I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I'll describe it all out. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I wake up and I feel this feeling, right? Feeling that I'm being watched from through the roof again. And I'm just like, yo, like I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to fall back to sleep and stuff, but nothing's working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go back to sleep. You know, damn that. I tried to go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm feeling this I'm feeling like I'm being watched. I'm feeling this damn feeling. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally 8 years old feeling like I'm having a fucking heart attack, bro. Have you, type of 1 in the chat, if you've ever been broken up with and it hurts so bad that you couldn't breathe. You got broken up by a girl that you loved so bad you couldn't breathe. You were just like, literally tried to take breath, like it was that bad. Type 2 in the chat if that's never happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? Sharice knows we all human out this mug. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Freaking Just Blog knows. You know what I'm saying? Like Toxic knows. We all know. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I feel this feeling, but I couldn't go back to sleep. So now, I did have something that alleviated that feeling 100%, right? Made the whole feeling go away. It was like walking from walking through the doors of hell directly into the gates of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And that thing was Nintendo 64. Super Mario 64, baby. Bro, I had that game. I don't even remember where I got that goddamn game. But as I'm feeling that heart pain, bro, I'm just like, like, what do? I look over at my Nintendo 64 and I'm like, you know what? I gotta get my mind off of this. I turn on Nintendo 64. And the minute I get to the first level and hear that music and I'm running around and jumping and catching stuff, It's all gone. The heart pain is gone. It subsides. I can still feel the feeling of me being watched through the ceiling and from the back right of me, because what was up in the attic would come downstairs and look around the corner. And that's the reason why Nintendo 64 saved my life, because I don't know if I would have been able to stay in that house knowing knowing the shit was behind me. So because I had the Nintendo 64, I would never look back. When I felt the feeling of it right there, I wouldn't look back. I would be like, nope, out of sight, out of mind, motherfucker. I'm not looking. Because if I look and I see it, I knew in my brain, even if it doesn't attack me, which it probably won't, I'm fucked. My brain is gonna be thinking about that goofy shit forever. I'll never sleep again. So I'm playing Nintendo 64. I'm playing Super Mario 64. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm playing, I'm feeling the feeling go from the ceiling, down the stairs, around the corner in the hallway, down the hallway, and into the room I'm in. But I'm not paying it. I'm like, fuck that. No, I keep playing. I play this game so long, I play until sunup. And this is probably what got me addicted to video games, because my brain more than likely linked the fact that, you know, even though I'm going through the most traumatic situation I've ever been in my life, because I was 8 years old, I was able to push through it with a good enough video game, which would become a hallmark of my life, regardless of what you're going through. If you've got a good enough book or a good enough video game, that shit don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Your girlfriend break up with you, go play some NBA 2K4 or some, you know what I mean, go play some Fortnite with your best friends. You don't even remember the shit. It melts away. So, with that being said, for a 10 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys a secret about this story I've never told anybody. For a 20 in Super Chat, I will, you know, act out how I felt when I felt it watching me. For a 50 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys what it looked like when I finally did see it, you know what I'm saying, and how it saved my life from my entire family's fucking life. Because that I did not expect. Based on what the fuck it looked like, I didn't expect it to be no good. I didn't see no good in it. When I saw the picture of it that was hidden in the attic, you know what I'm saying? And I'll describe to you exactly what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach the next 50 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys where I found it, when I opened up the door to the attic, what I saw, what the picture looked like, how the picture even got to me, because the way the picture got to me was Final Destination type shit. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have even seen the picture. But based on how it got to me, it's like it walked to me. It's like it founded me. And I'm just like, I never went into my room. And I had magazines in my room that made me really want to go to be in my room. But I never went to my room because that shit was in there. I never went to my room. I lived in the living room for that entire 6 months of that house. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, with that being said, after we get done with story time, you know what I'm saying, we will be jumping directly in to the new Nukes video that came out today. Now, King Teddy the Angry, you are number 1 in chat, in Super Chat. Juno, you are number 2 in Super Chat. Dylon, you are only 25 points of being away from taking the number 2 spot from Juno. With that being said, you know what I'm saying, our highest Super Chatter of the stream gets to pick what game we play tonight for our spooky, scary gaming session. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yo, appreciate you muting uploads for the yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, W for chat to Dylon. Yo, appreciate you, Brody. Yo, all right, so you are now 15 points from being away from number 2, Juno. You know what I'm saying? Apparently it is a buck, it's like $1 per 10 experience points. Word? I don't know. I don't know. You had 1,300 before and now you have 1,310. All right, so with that being said, Dylon, Juno, and King Teddy, you guys get to choose what game I play tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody super chat. Everybody let me know what game you guys want me to play tonight after we get done watching the brand new nukes. You know what I'm saying? We'll check that mug out. And, but yeah. So our highest super chatter gets to choose. Now, if our other high super chatters aren't here, then Dylon, it will be you who gets to choose. You know what I'm saying? Because I think our other high super chatters might not be around at the moment. With that being said, all of our super chatters, Dead Space Remastered. That game does not work good with my computer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Throw me 3 options. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll choose between all 3. For real. That's what's up. Who the hell? They calling me. All right, you guys. Oh, that feels good. It's a breath of fresh air. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the compliment, boy Exon. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, that's awesome that you're hitting your cart. You know what I'm saying? Story time is already sounding wild. Yo. What was walking to me? You said you're hitting your cart? What type of cart are you hitting? Are you at the supermarket? Yo, Fortnite, Apex. I can't think of a third one. Fortnite could be a good, Fortnite can be a good substitute. We can do Fortnite tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Virgo, yo, thank you, bros. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So once we reach a 50 in super chat, which are 49 more in super chat, I will tell you guys. I will describe to you verbatim what the picture in the attic looked like. It was bad, and it looked so bad that it was human, but I didn't. Something about the picture just didn't seem human about the way she looked, because it was a female. You know what I'm saying? And that's as much as I'll give y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yo, once we reach the next super chat milestone, 49 more in super chat, I will tell you guys, I will describe to you guys exactly what the picture looked like, how it traveled to me. Yeah, I never told anybody this. I just didn't want to sound crazy. But yeah, it traveled to me, man. It's bad. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Now, at this point in time, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling all the feelings, you know what I'm saying, that's associated with this thing watching me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn that, right? Now, that night, you know, I wake up, you know, I never went to sleep. I go to school, you know what I'm saying? I did not stop playing. Type of 1 in the chat, if you guys have ever played video games all night, you didn't stop playing video games until the sun came up. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, you guys were doing it because y'all was having a great time. I did it because the only thing that made this thing not exist, or like, at least I didn't feel like I would see it, is if it was sunlight outside. You know what I'm saying? So when the sun came up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt safe. So turned the game off, and I had to get ready to go to school since it was 6 a.m. So I go to school, you know what I'm saying? I get dropped off, come back home, do my homework, stay up, you know what I mean? Play some video games, you know what I'm saying? Listen to some radio, and then I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep at 10 p.m., right? And the reason why I went to sleep at 10 p.m. is so that I wouldn't be awoke when the thing that I felt was there was there. So what I did was, I'm awoken, of course, you know what I mean, at 2:37 a.m. in the fucking morning, right? And I couldn't get back to sleep. And I'm feeling it watching me, right? I'm feeling it watching me. And when I woke up, I felt like it was watching me about 17 times harder than how bad I would feel it in the daytime, right? So I'm just like, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Hell to the nizzle. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you know, like, I'm good. I'm good with all, you know what? I don't want to have to see it or none of this. So, you know, I tried to go back to sleep when I woke back up early in the middle of the night, which didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go back to sleep because the feeling of it watching me was so hard, so thick, so bad, ambiance-wise, that I couldn't go back to sleep. So I stayed up, played Nintendo 64, waited till the sun came up, and then I went to school and again didn't have any sleep. Now, because I didn't have any sleep, I got horrible grades at school, right? Fast forward a month into this happening. Now, I grew up in a black family. Black families do not believe in mental illness. You know what I'm saying? So much so that I don't really believe in the shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in mental illness either. You know what I'm saying? And now with that being said, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, if you said you had a mental illness or you said you was going through some shit, you just got beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know, oh man, I think there's a ghost in the house. I'm feeling feelings. You just get beat the fuck up or made fun of until you never tell anyone about that stuff ever again. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, once we reach 49 more super chat, I will be telling you guys the when I saw the picture, you know what I'm saying, what the ghost looked like, what she looked like, you know what I'm saying, in the Final Destination-ass way that the picture showed up in my shit. The picture moved by itself. You know what I'm saying? No one can convince me of otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I haven't told this story. Because I grew up in the hood, and in the hood, there's no such thing as mental illness. It's either you're doing goofy, stupid shit, or you're being a good, normal, regular person. You know what I'm saying? You're acting like a regular person. So, which is why I never told this story. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach 49 in Super Chat, I will unlock, and I will tell you guys the entire everything about the picture. When I saw the chick, you know what I'm saying? How she saved us, all of this good stuff. So, with that being said, now, this started affecting my grades, me waking up in the middle of the night every night. So bad so that I started I tried everything to stay asleep. I tried going to sleep exactly at the moment that my family went to sleep. And I would always wake up at 2:37 every single night and could never go back to sleep. It's as if the ghost chick was lonely or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is, so the injury, a lot of you guys might be saying, well, how didn't you get to get any of your other family members to, stay up with you, or why didn't anyone else, they all slept in the same bedroom. That for some reason, because I was the oldest dude in the house, aside from my mom's boyfriend, when he wasn't brave enough to stay out there and deal with the shit, I had to deal with the shit because you're a man, ain't you? You're a man. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, which is what my sister used to do to me. Oh, well, if you're a real man, it wouldn't bother you. This is when I first learned not to listen to women. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, telling you you're not supposed to be scared of scary shit. It's a ghost, bitch. I can't fight it. You know what I'm saying? Who out there able to fight a ghost? Can you fight a ghost? I can't fight a ghost. You seen Casper, punch straight through it. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We get to, I start taking children's Dimetap. You know what I'm saying? I start taking children's cough syrup in order to stay asleep all the way through the night so I won't be woke enough to get haunted. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I mean? With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I start taking the children's Dimetap to stay asleep. You know what I mean? To stay asleep during the night. And it works. It works really freaking well. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm not waking up at 2:37 anymore at middle of the night. I'm not being haunted. I'm not dealing with any of this haunted ghost bitch shit no more. I'm good. I'm happy. Finally happy. My grades start picking up. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. I ain't got to deal with this ghost bitch no more. So, every night, I'm just swigging Dimetap, bro. Dimetap PM. Knocking myself right out. You know what I'm saying? Drinking. I got to a point where I started drinking half a fucking bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get addicted to the shit, which is grossly apparent because, you know, that was the only time I ever drank Dimetap. But I'm drinking this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's keeping me asleep. With that being said, I go to sleep. I drink a half a bottle of fucking Dimetap as per on schedule. I go to sleep. And this night, I'm woken up at 3:30 something at this fucking time. I don't know exactly what time it is. You know what I'm saying? 3:30 something. And I wake up and I'm groggy because of all of the Dimetap I took. My eyes feel like they're burning from all of the Dimetap that I took in order to stay asleep. You know what I'm saying? But I think the real reason my eyes was burning was because I was being forced awoke while I was still groggy. I'm waking up, I'm like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And the minute I wake up, right, I'm still super sleepy and groggy, but I feel the feeling of the chick standing right fucking behind me. Now, it's important to note that at this point in the story, at this point in the situation, I slept on the couch every night, right? And when I slept on the couch every night, I slept just like this, staring directly into the back of the couch, so that I never dared sleep facing towards the living room, lest I wake up and see the chick again. So I'm asleep, you know what I'm saying? I sleep face in on the couch. That way when I wake up, all I see is couch cushion. I don't have to see no crazy grudge bitches or none of that. I'm asleep, right? So when I woke up, I'm feeling the crazy grudge bitch standing behind me, watching me and shit. It was about 70 something times thicker than when I was up in my room, or even when her picture found me. You know what I'm saying? Or even when the bitch would come downstairs in the middle of the night just to fuck with me. It was just to say what's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asleep. I'm laying towards the couch, and you know, I wake up, I'm groggy. I dare not look behind me because I can feel it. I can feel the motherfucker. And the best way I can describe the feeling is, you know what? Once we reach 20 super chat, I will completely describe what it felt like. But that way we don't get sidetracked off the story and forget where I'm at. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I feel the feeling, and it's 70 times thicker than what it normally should be. And I'm just like, I'm not going to turn around. I'm not going to turn around, because if I turn around, I'm going to see it. And if I see it, my heart's going to explode. I'm going to be done. I'm just going to die. I'm going to die like the bitch in the ring. I'm going to die like the people in the ring. Like that shit. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to look. I'm just not going to look. I'm not going to look. So I decided to go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and I go back to sleep. Like, just fighting through the feeling of it being behind me. And when I say fight, I do mean fight, because it was so hard for me to fall back to sleep with the feeling of this chick's gaze looming from fucking behind me. Think the grudge bitch's eyeballs. Ding. So I'm laying on the couch. Somehow I'm able to fall back to sleep, right? Fall back to sleep, right? So then, you know, out of nowhere, I'm awakened again. I'm awoken again. And I don't know how the hell I got nudged awoke. I don't know what the hell is going on. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I wake up, and this time I'm starting to get mad because it won't let me fall asleep, and I don't want to turn around to look at the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Type a 1 in the chat if you guys can see everything, if you guys can hear everything I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Type a 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear or see anything we're saying. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. All right, yo. Hey, appreciate you for the compliment, bro. For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate you for the compliment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't tell the rest of this story. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of you guys in the comment section trying to say that I'm schizophrenic or crazy and stuff, which is why we normally don't tell people these stories, which is why every black person just pretty much bottles up whatever feeling we feel and never tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much people beg, tell us the truth. Tell us what really happened. Tell us how you read. Tell us the. Yo, W's in the chat. My less young blood. W's in the chat. Yo, that's what's up. It's been years since I've watched you. Yo, I'm glad to see you living a good life, telling story times. Bro, hell yeah. Yo, that's awesome, Brody. Yo, you have great energy, man. All right, so once we reach 44 more in Super Chat, I will be explaining to you guys how I saw the chick, what she looked like, you know what I'm saying? How the picture in a very final destination way made its way to me. Yo, W's in the chat, the Pixel. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Brody. W's in the chat, Pixel. Thank you. Thank you for the Super Chat, Brody. All right, so once we reach 43 more in Super Chat, I will be telling you guys immediately all of the secret details on what this chick looked like, where I saw her at, what was going on, all of this shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Appreciate you, Expired Soul. You know what I'm saying? Can we get a house tour? All right, so type 1 in the chat if you guys want a house tour. Once we reach the next 50 in Super Chat, type 2 in the chat if you guys just want me to tell more crazy story times once we reach the next Super Chat milestone. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's what's up. Yo, I see you with the Kendrick Lamar ad-libs, Pixel. You know what I'm saying? They not like us ad-libs. What? Yo, all right. So, let's see. You guys want a house crib? I didn't even know you guys wanted a house crib, a house tour. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So, once we reach the next 100 in Super Chat, which is pretty much 93 more in Super Chat, we will do an entire house tour. That way it doesn't interrupt the stories. All right, so. Would you like to do any collabs? Hey, what's up, Artemis? What it is, bros? All right, so with that being said, if you guys have any questions that you guys want me to stop and answer for you guys, like it's a Q&A, if you super chat your question through, I got you coming up fresh. I got you. I like to collab with Dashi. He has good energy. I like to collab with really, really good comedians. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Ones that won't, yeah. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? We freaking, so, I'm staring into this couch, man. Staring into the couch. And I refuse to turn around and look at what is behind me. You feel me? And so I tried to go back to sleep again. This time, I'm awoken by what felt like it was 150 times thicker and just scary levels of freaking painful staring coming from behind me. I refuse to fucking look. I'm like, shit. But now I can't go back to sleep. Now I'm mad because it won't let me sleep. I just wanted to sleep. Yo. I just want to fucking go to sleep. I ain't want to see the shit. I ain't want to talk to it. I ain't want to communicate with no Casper the Friendly Ghost type bullshit. I just want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I can't. So, but I'm still not willing to look over towards where I'm feeling the feeling, looking at where it's looking at me from, right? Yo, so 43 more super chat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you guys where I saw the chick, what she looked like, you know what I'm saying? How I saw her picture in the attic, you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you guys what the landlord said The landlord warned us about the ghost after we almost got killed in the house. Oh boy, so that's at the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, so, but if we reach the next 43 in super chat, you know what I'm saying, we will unlock that and the whole backstory about where I saw the ghost at and everything. I'll tell you guys all that stuff immediately. So, I'm steady, so I look up at this point, man. When I say I look up, right? I don't look behind me. I look up. And I see above me, there's lights flickering all over the wall that's above the couch I'm sleeping on. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why is there flashing lights? It looked like a glitzy My Little Pony light show. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So, you know what I'm saying? Now, I get ready to go back to sleep again, right? I get ready to close my eyes again, you know, and I get ready to go back to sleep again because I'm like, okay, cool. I'm finally feeling a little bit better now. And I get like halfway into sleep. I literally feel myself dozing off. And now I get awoken again. This time when I get awoken, I felt like I got touched on the back of my neck by the goddamn chick thing. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm fucking pissed. I'm so mad. I don't care if I see the grudge ghost shit thing anymore. I'm so mad. I'm like, I don't even fucking care. I don't care if I see it now because I'm tired of dealing with this shit. I want to sleep. I got school in the morning. I got tests. I got sleep, damn it. So I turn around expecting to see the fucking ghost. I'm like, all right, I have an ultimate fuck it moment. Okay, fuck it. I'll look. What's good? And I turn around. Nothing's there. Nothing there. Right? Except the feeling is even 3 times thicker than it was than when I get touched on the back of my neck. So I look up at the wall where all the lights are dancing, and then I look over out where the ghost should have been again, and I don't see anything. But what I do see is the lights that are being flashed above my couch where I was sleeping at. It's grossly apparent that it's coming from outside, right? And it looked like daylight. It was like completely, I look at the freaking blinds and it literally looked like it was 7 a.m. Like the light, like the sun was perfectly crested. It didn't look like it was noon, right? It looked like it was, the sun was up, the light, the sky was completely bright, but it was still like dusk, but in the morning time, like early morning and shit. And I look at my watch and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's like 3:50 right now. How the hell is the sun up? Sun didn't come up till like 6, 7 a.m. I knew it very much so. With that being said, I freaking, I look over at the blinds and I know that because this is where all the lights coming from. And I notice that the blinds got a slant to them, like a McDonald arch. You know what I'm saying? Like a McDonald M. The blinds, instead of doing this, they're doing this. And I'm like, the blinds are melting? The blinds are shifted? And I'm like, and at that point, I'm like, nigga, is this a dream? Is this one of them scary ass video game dreams that, you know what I'm saying, Corey X Kent should probably be having? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? So, I keep on freaking, you know, I keep looking, I get up, I walk over to the blinds, and when I get closer to the blind, I get halfway towards the blinds and I notice the heat. Whoosh! Just a shit ton of heat in my face, which is weird to me because, you know, like, temperature doesn't change from foot to foot. You know what I mean? Our air conditioner or heating system wasn't that goddamn good. So then I take a step closer to the window and I feel another 70% upgrade in heat. Whoosh! Hit my face. I'm like, what the fuck? Then it starts to hit me. The blinds are not shifted. This isn't a dream. The blinds are melting. So I look at the blinds. Luckily enough for me, the blinds weren't so hot that I couldn't touch them. You know what I'm saying? So I touch a little piece of the blind and I move it down and I look through the little, you know what I mean, this size shape that I got through the blinds. I look through this part of the blinds and I see that the next door house is completely ablaze. And when I say it's completely ablaze, I mean this house looked like it had gotten into a fight with a fully grown Charizard or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could like homeless people could oven roast their marshmallows on this house. It was fully ablaze. So I'm just like, shit. Now, I lived back in Cleveland, Ohio at this time. The houses were dangerously close to one another back there at this time. You know what I'm saying? So needless to say, we ain't got a whole lot of time to get out of here before our house is on fire too. The house was so close to my house that I knew that if we stayed in the house, we're dead. Like we're all gonna be caught on fire. So upon seeing this, you know what I mean, my adrenaline kicks in. I'm like, so I run into my parents' room. I run into my bed. I run into my brother's room. I run into everybody's room. Well, everyone was sleeping in one room, so I run into one room, which was right next to the TV where I'm sleeping at. But I wasn't allowed sleeping there. I woke everybody up, brothers, sisters, everybody, get up. And they're like, oh, what the hell are you doing, bro? We got no. The next door house is on fire. The house is on fire. I couldn't tell them that the next door house was on fire because they would have went back to sleep. These black people. So I had to tell them that we were on fire. Yo, the whole house is on fire, bro. We got to get out. And right as I'm waking everybody up, in comes the smoke. So when I tell you, I swear that this ghost chick woke me up right when the next door house caught ablaze. I think that I fell asleep when the house was halfway on fire. Ghost woke me back up when the house was fully on fire because I kept trying to go back to sleep because of the children's dime attack. You know what I'm saying? And nigga. So I wake everybody up. Smoke is freaking, it's all clouding around the freaking ceiling and shit. You know what I'm saying? But luckily enough, their mattresses were on the floor, so, they weren't up too high into the smoke. So I wake everybody up. I'm like, yo, fuck all that. Get up. Wake everybody up. Let them know house is on fire. We all grabbed a little bit of shit we could. I grabbed the Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? I never went upstairs to grab all my valuables out of my room. Left everything up there because I knew that if I ran upstairs, I was going to run into some fucking shit. I was going to run into the ghost bitch, bro. I was going to run into that motherfucking ghost, bro. And a piece of me knew she had obviously woken us up to get us the hell out the house. You know what I'm saying? Woke me up. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately for me, apparently, I don't know why it wanted to talk to me, but you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, woke my whole family up, got everybody else outside the damn house. You know what I'm saying? And as I get out of the house, okay, so if we reach a 20 in super chat, I'll tell you guys the secret ending to this story that I didn't put in the story time that I told on YouTube because, oh man, you're crazy. What's wrong with you? Oh God, there's something wrong with you because you're telling us. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell because it's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing for a black guy to admit he's scared of anything, let alone saw a goddamn ghost. You know what I'm saying? 20 in super chat, I'll tell you guys what I saw once I got out my house because it was bad. And I do mean the ghost chick because I saw her. Once we reach 43 more in super chat, I'll tell you guys where I saw her at and what she looked like. I'll describe to you guys T for word for T. You know what I'm saying? What she looked like. You know what I'm saying? Because it was bad. Yeah. And if you guys send it directly through the link that's pinned up in my comment section, you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you guys not only that, but I'll tell you guys a really, really deep, dark secret about this story that I never even planned on telling anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because, when you jump on the internet, you guys already know how the internet is. Internet will take anything you tell them and be like, oh man, you're this, you're that. Oh man, oh no. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I freaking Oh, but also everyone stick around, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be playing some scary games a little bit later on. For real, for real. Alright, so W's in the chat to the mod squad for keeping all of the chat good. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo, alright, so I'm reading you guys' comments. You know what I'm saying? Right before I tell you guys the ending of the story. The unlocked ending of this story is it's fucked bad. You know what I'm saying? Good grief. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So yo, type of 1 in the chat if you guys ever had a paranormal activity situation happen. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys have ever never dealt with any paranormal activity type stuff. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo. Yeah, Brian, I'll tell that story for a 50 in super chat. That's a super chat request. For real, for real. So, I like all your stories. That's what's up. I believe you. Yo, I like that you believe me, Dylan. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much to me, the way it works is I pretty much believe that my super chatters believe me because you guys are all super, like you guys are awesome and generous people. And you know what I mean? Like you guys like my stuff enough to support. So you obviously understand the type of person I am. Anybody else, like non-super chatters, I understand that their main job is to try to convince me that nothing I'm saying is real. It's all it's all Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? I understand the internet enough to know that. But yo, I appreciate the compliment, Brody. You have great energy. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to everybody that's checking this video out, man. W's in the chat, but the biggest W to my super chatters. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Dylan. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, Dylan, since the other super chatters, since the number 2 and number 1 super chatters are here right now, you know what I'm saying? You get to choose the game we play today, which would be Fortnite, or just let me know what game you want me to play after we get done with all the extra stuff we're doing later on. Now, with that being said, okay. So, with that being said, I go outside and the fire truck shows up. All the fire people show up, right? They all get there. They rush in. Sirens everywhere. All the neighbors are coming out of their houses. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's freaking out. They're like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody gets there, and I'm telling you, it's like 170 people outside. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm holding my Nintendo 64 box because that's what I saved, nigga. I saved my video games because my video games saved me. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm holding my box full of video games, and, you know, about 5 minutes of me being outside, like, looking at all the people and just, you know, talking to people and hanging out. You know, we're discussing what happened and shit. I'm not telling nobody about the fucking ghost because, you know, like, you guys know why. So I'm not telling anybody about the ghost. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I look, you know what I'm saying? I get ran up on by one of the firefighter people. The main firefighter, chieftain, captain guy. He shows up. He runs up. My family's with him. They pointed him straight to me. He walks over and he's like, "Yo, are you Maurice?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. What's up?" I shake his hand. He's like, "Yo, you're a brave little man, bro. What you did tonight, you showed courage and intelligence in a way that very few people your age can display." You know what I'm saying? You may not know this, little man, but the thing that kills people in fires is not the fire itself, but the smoke. You waking up your whole family and getting your family out the house, you saved all your family's lives. Because had you not gotten your whole family out the house, you'd all be dead of smoke inhalation right now. You don't know this, but when you woke your family up, the smoke had just filled the top of your house. It had just filled the attic and was traveling down the stairs and filling the rest of your house. Which is why when you were waking your family up, the ceiling started getting real smoky out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you had about 10 minutes from when you were woken up. Don't know how you woke up, but however you woke up, you had 10 minutes from that time. If you would have slept for 10 minutes longer, you would have never woken up. You would have never woken up. 10 more minutes. I had already fell back to sleep like 5, 6 more times. Bruh, isn't that wild? That make no sense, right? How the hell? Like the ghost chick was on overtime. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. That's a song. Wake up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Made sure I woke up. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't get everybody out, bro, that would have been it. So the firefighter told me, like, yo, you saved your whole family's life. How? I don't know how you woke up, but like, yo, how did you wake up? Like, because if you smelled the smoke, you wouldn't have woken up. How did you wake up? And I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing because, you know what I mean? You guys already know how it is, you know what I'm saying? People immediately, oh, there's something wrong, you know, like trolls and shit. So I ain't say nothing to nobody. So, you know what I'm saying? It's right at that point that I looked back at my old house. And of course, you know, it had some fire on it, you know what I mean? But up in the attic window, I looked, you know what I'm saying? And I was scared to look. And I don't know why I was scared to look until I looked and saw the shit. And I realized that I wish I'd never looked back. I wish I'd have never looked at that shit. I wish I'd never saw it. Up in the window, standing there, just like, this is my house. You know? But yeah, if we reach, you know what I'm saying? If we reach 50 in Super Chat, I will tell you exactly what I saw. You know what I'm saying? All the secret tidbit, all the crazy parts that I'm leaving out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? So like, it was super embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to unlock the mugs. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we've already you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We all know. You know what I'm saying? Yup, grab your PS5, grab your cat and your mother and get the hell out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, you guys, type, what time is it where you guys are at? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. I said I was playing Nintendo 64. Understandable, Maddie. Yeah, yeah. What's up, Matty Ice? Hey guys, look in the comment. A weirdo is trying to accuse me of taking advantage of him and or her in his dreams. That's a new allegation. Haven't had that one before. You know what I'm saying? Expert Gaslight by Annie Inch. Yo, Annie, you know who you remind me of with the way you're trying to gaslight and lie on me and whatnot? Bro, you remind me of the worst things of feminism. Like, you are the reason why feminism is so terrible for society. And I'll tell you guys what I mean real quick. We're not gonna spend any time talking about a goofy female, because, you know, they're all pretty much, they're just goofy. So, except for the ones that aren't, you know what I'm saying? You know, 30% of women are goofy, but the ones that are goofy are complete freaking morons. Now, with that being said, you know what I mean? Annie Inch reminds me of this chick that I watched the episode of Oprah. I watched this episode of Oprah, and this chick had a husband and they had 3 daughters together. Now, the wife, in order to attempt to gaslight the husband, in order to, you know, like, just being a woman, right? I'm pretty sure she was I'm pretty sure she. Oh, also before I tell you guys that story, because that video is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Once we reach 20 in super chat, I'll tell you guys for 20 in super chat, I'll unlock the story of, you know, me seeing her, what she looked like. You know what I'm saying? For 50 in super chat, I'll tell you everything that happened, including how the picture moved by itself, not in front of me, but at me. At me. The picture of the chick that was in the attic flew at me by itself. My bad, Joe. My heart hurt after remembering what that one was like. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That crap happened. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell all the details once we reach the next 43 in super chat, which equals 50, which is our super chat milestone. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm about to tell you guys the story of why I never believe women. No matter what allegation, no matter what they say happens, I don't believe it unless I see proof. You know what I'm saying? Number one is because I've had 10 women literally try to get me to go to jail for life for a lie they were telling on a dude they were dating. Oh, he hit me. I show up, you know what I'm saying? Like, come to find out, he ain't hit her. You know what I'm saying? She's mad at him because he's divorcing her for cheating on him. So she's like, Maurice, he hit me. Come fight him for it. Come beat me up. Come beat him up. That no, I don't listen to females. Annie, where you at? Annie, come back. Annie, don't run. Annie, come back. You're still here. Annie, come on, come back. Like, why would you run after, you know, trying to, after making up that lie? Why don't you come back? Why? You need to show people that you stand on business, that you're not just lying. Come on, like, you got to prove. Don't you want to prove to everyone that they should believe the stuff you say? Annie, don't run. Don't run. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, since Annie already ran, you know what I mean? There's no point in even talking about her at all. You know what I'm saying? Don't even win. Oh, that's what's up. Hey, Matty Ice, what about Annie makes you miss her? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you're talking about Annie the movie? You mean Annie the movie, don't you? For real. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's see. Yeah. That's what's up. All right, so we don't know what you're saying. And I can only imagine you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. All right, so let's see. So, all right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here in about 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to roll out in about 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Highest super chat of the stream. You get to choose. Dylon, you chose Fortnite. All right. I'm going to see you guys on Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? A little bit later on the night. We got some brand new nukes videos to check out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. We're going to watch some nukes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to check out some scary videos. Make sure to come through. Stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? I will be back. Yeah. But that's what's up. But yo, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? For real. You guys great. You guys have great energy, man. Yeah. Let's see. But yo, what's up, whole lot of blue? Hey, what's that song you play for Scary Stories? All right, the song I play for Scary Stories is called Dance of Death. It's called Shiki OST Dance with Death. You know what I'm saying? SHIKI OST DANCE of Death. You know what I'm saying? For real. But yo, if we reach 41 more in super chat, I'll stay for another hour and tell you guys way more stories. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo. And you guys get to choose if they're scary, or if they're action-packed, or if they're violent, or if they're like betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Can't believe she cheated. W's in the chat for a whole lot of blue. Appreciate you, Brody. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, with that being said, all right, see you later, Maddie. Yo. That's what's up. Whole lot of blue. It's good to see you, Brody. All right, so once we reach 41 more in Super Chat, you know what I'm saying? Not only will I stay for another hour, but I will go into extreme detail and tell you guys when I saw the chick, when I saw the ghost chick, or when I saw the demon chick, what she looked like. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the picture of her that flew at me out of the darkness. Like, and again, I just didn't tell any of these details in my story time up on YouTube, you know, about the haunted house or whatnot. Because, you know, I didn't want people to make fun of me, man. Because, you know, people usually, there's a lot of losers in the world nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Losers that want you to have a bad day, even if you're having a good day. They just want to try to ruin it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I was scared to tell it then. I'm cool telling it now, but I was scared to tell it then. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? When will I be live streaming later? I'll be live streaming probably about a half an hour, 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jump directly on to the new scary video. For real, for real. I'm having a really good day, FNAF Gamer. I hope you are as well. All right, so, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I was telling you guys something else. All right, 6 minutes and we up out this mug, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, you guys. Yo, you guys super chat 41. 41 more in super chat. In the next 6 minutes, you know what I mean? I'll stay for another hour, and I'll tell you guys the crazy ending on this story. Bro. Ooh. Yo, what's up, Riker? Hey, what's up, Jim? Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, FNAF Gamer, I hope you're having a good day as well. For real, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what's up. Appreciate you for the compliment. Yeah. Much love from Denmark. Thank you, yo. Appreciate you. That's what's up. Yo, appreciate you for the compliment, bros. For real. Let's see. All right, you guys. Yeah, but that story is wilding, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I do stay, let's see. Story I would tell you guys. If I did stay, I would tell you guys the story of when I ran into Randy. You know what I'm saying? I ran into Randy like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Just never told you guys the story. You know what I mean? Yeah. Missed the story. I'm a big fan. Yo, appreciate you, Brody. You know what I mean? Hey, W's in the chat to the mod squad. How do you get rid of demon possession? I don't know. Never been possessed. I get the hell out of there the minute I notice any bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Here from the beginning of the stream. That's what's up, Pixel. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. Yo, appreciate you guys for the compliments, man. For real. Yeah. Hey. Yo, what's up, them dudes? All right, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Stay up. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Twisms.